Welcome back to my notable land. If you're a creeper, please disband. No, I mean it. Get out! First thing on my agenda for this new adventure, I'm gonna try to go inside myself. Unfortunately, it's not what you think. A while ago, I failed making a secret entrance to my statue, and I'm gonna try again here. I wanted the redstone to blend in. You barely even notice that wood button there. Of course, that does mean it's notably complicated. This kind of switch is called a T flip-flop. I don't know why nerds call it that. I don't talk to them. All I know is this piston is pushing without redstone. It's either magic or I'm bad. Local, villager, redstone repairman, and search. I think this would all be easier if there weren't a bunch of lights in my floor. Why do I have to be so complicated? Doors working, but lights are broken. And now it's raining. I'm not trying to get shocked. I'm gonna go to the next one. The first real morning of 4,000 days. It's exciting. At this point, I'm still bright and cheery. My spirit hasn't been destroyed by the grind. A huge amount of diverting and digging later, and I think it's all at least wired correctly. Yep, check out my secret little tunnel lined with emeralds in my floor. It's notable. Yeah, it does work, but I'm not entirely proud of the execution. I think I can do better than this. I just have a lot of wasted space down here now, and this is very valuable real estate. The floor is literally emeralds. Well, at least I'm now inside myself. That makes me feel good. Now I want to be able to look out my own eyes, see my land. It is beautiful. Tinted glass was a really nice choice. Depending on where you look, it almost looks like I've got a little twinkle in my eye. Last thing, I've just got to put the floor back. Imagine not having an emerald lawn. Oh, imagine. Check it out. Here by the statue, floor looks seamless. You go over to the ancient tree, click the button, and now there's a secret entrance. And then it's a short trip into the statue. From there, you can live inside my head rent-free, like all the people who make fun of me on the internet. Recently, they make fun of me for my iron sign, which I'll change tomorrow. I guess it kind of looks like I own, but I live in a blocky world. What do you want from me? I'm sorry, the R was just the hardest one to do, but I think that should satisfy the people. The old sign was also concrete powder. Well, that's just inexcusable. Somehow that broke it. Now golems are spawning on the outside. See, my water wrecked all this carpet that shouldn't even be there if my farm was built correctly. Well, it says iron now. I hope you're happy. You'll never guess what I'm building today. I assure you, you won't. And it's gonna be up in the top of the tower. I'm very embarrassed by this, but there are several rooms in my tower that have dirt floors. It's kind of gross. I put them in last year, meant to do something, and never did. Part of my issue was I have everything I need on my compound. I want for nothing. That is until I got the idea for a money shower. I think I'm good enough at redstone to do this. It's all in a tight tower, which is making it tough. I'm just gonna do everything to code, and hopefully it works. I'm not gonna make a tutorial. You're all too poor. You just can't afford this level of luxury. Being wealthy is incredible. Nothing bad ever happens. I'm okay. I can afford insurance. That had me wondering how many totems I've used in my entire career. Take a guess in the comments below. And that totem that I just popped was number 69. Nice. Guts of the showers now working. Emeralds will cycle forever, showering on top of me. Now I just gotta decobble the whole thing and try to make it look nice. For me, make it look nice means put emeralds on everything. It's worked for me so far. I'm trying to get a shower handle working, and in this tight space, that's proving difficult. But after a whole day of plumbing, now I can turn my shower on and off. Oh, I know. I'm talented. It all works. Now it's time to just make it look good. This is the fun part. I was trying to make a glass door work. I wasn't sure if it was gonna look good. I kinda like it. I think half my issue is I'm a true gamer and never shower, so I really don't know what a proper one looks like. Also, probably don't want windows into the redstone room. I did not get a permit, and if the city finds out, they'll shut me down. That's a joke for all the dads out there that think they're handy. So I'm just playing around with some different design choices, having some fun with it. I'm not a huge fan of this tinted glass. White almost looks like foggy glass. I might go with that one. The only issue is now I can't cover the floor, and I don't really want my floor to be hoppers. Hey, check this out. It's a little place to put your shampoo. I don't know what shampoo is, but apparently it's important. I once said hardcore Minecraft was not about vanity, and I think that was the biggest lie I've ever told. Going out to get some shampoo day 3011, and now I bet you're wondering what I even mean. I'm trying to find a warm ocean. There's some stuff there that kind of looks like shampoo bottles if you use your imagination. Just flying around, minding my own business, and somehow got the adventuring time achievement. Wow, I got a bunch more to do because Minecraft keeps changing everything, but hey, at least that's one less. I found some raw emerald on my adventure. That's one of my favorite blocks. I collect them. I also collect likes. Please give me one. Right now. This adventure made me want a list of all the biomes. I've been in this world for 3,000 days. I should know where to find a warm ocean. I actually stumbled upon an old double ocean monument from what seems like forever ago, man. 1,000 days? I don't even know. Other than that, pretty much nothing today, but there's 900 and 88? 80? My math is not good here. There's a lot more days in this video, so nothing is gonna happen. Yes! Found it, day 3013. That's my warm ocean. And apparently, by this portal, I've been here before. I went through just to see what was on the other side, and I don't remember this. But I've been alive, maybe just too long. Oh well, I wrote down the coordinates of this place, so I can always come back. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that looks like shampoo. Yeah, say what you will about the shampoo, that towel rack looks perfect. This is the kind of stuff you do when you've been playing Minecraft for 1,000 hours. Yeah, I did the math. It's been that long. Last thing I gotta do is a better entrance to the guts of this thing. And all of this redstone is obviously making that a little difficult. And after a full day of wiring, I finally got a door that doesn't open and close repeatedly. Money shower. That's more essential than food. Speaking of food, I'm gonna eat really good today, and I need all this gold for it. Cooked all that gold up and made 64 golden apples. One day I'll eat these exclusively, at least that's my dream. I also heard a zombie in my walls today. I don't know about you, but I cannot let that stand. Sorry, Chad. Or Romania. I'm not sure. Zombie spawned in my sugarcane. I'm not sure how, but I dealt with him. Well, I guess there's a couple of them in there. What's going on? Put some torches in. That should fix it. Day 37, I'm gonna try to do some work on the iron farm and the bamboo farm. I'm gonna see if I can connect them. So down here under the iron farm, I've got a little item sorter. It's one of the first ones I ever built. Right now, it takes all the poppy flowers from the slain golems and just burns them, and that's kind of a waste. So I'm gonna try to connect the poppies from the iron farm to the bamboo farm. That could be awesome. Poppies could make bone meal, which could make me more bamboo, but it's gonna be complicated. I made an emerald shower already. I think I can do this. My first plan did not work, so I'm not even gonna show it. Not giving up though, and plan number 2 should work just fine. I really just need one of the bamboo to get hit by bone meal, so that's what I'm doing. If I've learned anything about redstone, it's that if you use enough hoppers, your thing should work. And if after that your thing continues not to work, you should probably see a doctor. Bamboo side's done, I just gotta get all those flowers converted to bone meal and sent to this exact spot. Should be simple. He then learned that it was not simple. Alright, I'm filtering poppies now, that's a good sign. And now I'm successfully injecting that white stuff. Nice. Just need a nice hole for this white stuff to go into now. Dad, why doesn't he just say bone meal? You'll understand when you're older, son. After another day of work, the two farms are now connected. Bone meal now gets spit into the bamboo farm, at least it should. Yeah, that part worked fine, but now the bamboo detectors need a calibration. I've got new wire and old wire, and that's never a good idea. Redid everything, and now it works perfectly. I'm gonna make so much bamboo. But just to be sure, I gotta do an inspection. I got two farms intertwined now. A lot could go wrong. Bamboo's nice, but if something ever happened to my iron, I'd be losing out on a lot of money. It worked all day and nothing broke, so I closed it all up. Another great addition. Still staying busy. I was flying over by the library a lot, and this building's gotta get a touch up. Back when I leveled off the compound, I just made this thing taller and figured I'd deal with it later. Now is later. Yeah, these librarians are packed in pretty tight. That's kind of sad. As you can see, I've got massive plans for this new library. It's gonna be huge. And the villagers will be able to actually walk around. Isn't that something? Look at this. Even beds. I never give them beds. I mean, I don't speak villager, but those scars sound happy. Some of them are just kind of standing there. I think they're paralyzed with the thought of their new freedom. I'm such a good supreme leader. Most of them are still just standing there, which is making me worried. I put a lot of money into these guys. So I'm gonna try treating them even nicer. I know it's weird for me. Kind of feels good, actually. Yeah, this golem tells me they're definitely living in fear. There's also a man outside their house killing their golem. I'm risking my life in the nether for these villagers, mostly for vanity between you and me. Also, I'm not really risking my life. I lived out here with nothing for 100 days. I'll be fine. I'm here for the Redwood. It's not really red, it's more like a bad pink, but whatever. They say men can't see color, so maybe it is red, I don't know. Figured while I'm out here, might as well get some blue wood too. I like to use this anytime I need electrical slabs. And with all the weirdo stuff I've been building, I'll need quite a few of these. The old library had a bit of a red roof. Done poorly, but red. And in my position, it's no competition. I've always been a man of tradition. I'm also just better at roofing these days. I get a lot of practice fixing my old poor roofing jobs. Yeah, look at this top roof. Even though it's historic, I'm not keeping it. Yeah, it's a weird biblioteca, but like a lot of public libraries, it's been renovated about 7,000 times. And like a lot of public libraries, there's homeless people living in the walls. Thought it was just one or two, but it was a whole gang of them. That could have been awful with those creepers. Last few touches today, one of the things I did was make the roof pointy. The old one had a flat design, and this looks much better. To keep the mobs out, I'm gonna rip up this whole ceiling. That's nice, it made this whole area look so much bigger. Yep, I think that's done until next year when I probably renovate again. So I was talking earlier about this red roof, right? How it's not really red. I'm fine with it it here. But my barn, I mean, come on, you can't have a pink barn. Good thing these days there is actual redwood. Mangrove. Designs staying the same, I'm just changing from pink to red. And all I gotta say is construction with horses is challenging. And there's no beacon powers out here. Ugh, I'm just so used to it. It makes everything so slow. This project had me looking at this whole barn. There's some interesting choices out here. But at least now it's all red. I like that so much better. This gold fence is for my most precious horses. And I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but this thing definitely doesn't look good. I tried to make it work, and it just didn't. Somehow, a regular mangrove fence looks better. Now I gotta move these bees. They look a little weird just sitting there. This here is more how bees would put nests, especially in a barn. Just kind of finalizing little things today, like switching out torches for lanterns. And I put a little window in. I'm not sure how many barns have that, but it felt like it belonged. Then I looked up where the bees are and thought that would be a perfect spot for some cobwebs. Sadly, I've only got 6 cobwebs. So now I'm in the stronghold to go get cobwebs. They should be here in the library, but there's none. Thought about it for a second, and I think I know where I can get more. The Badlands should be plenty here. Oh yeah, I'll never have to worry about cobwebs again. I hit the mother lode. That's a more helpful item than you might think, and you can't craft them, so I grabbed so many. Then flew back home into the sunset. Ooh, yeah, a few cobwebs up in these rafters. That barn's looking nice. Then I packed a bunch of redstone in a shulker box for what I'm doing tomorrow. This idea I'm real proud of, and it's gonna start with some carving, like all good ideas. But carving all day without a beacon does get old. Good thing I've got explosives. This was all just for fun! Despite being fun, TNT kinda sucks, so I'm just gonna fight the wither, get a beacon. He said, like it's just a normal Thursday. Beacons up, back to digging. Yeah, that was it today, sorry. Little bit more on 3040, but I think I'm done now. I'm really just clearing out for a horse track, so this should be good. However, this is not a simple horse track. No, this will be much more notable. I'm gonna try to build a horse grading system. Yes, I know you can download mods that do all that for you, but I don't do that. I already have these hedges that test a horse's jump height, and that's fine, but I also want to be able to test speed. And that's what this contraption will hopefully do. Just kind of got it wired today. Calibrating's gonna be the tough part. So I'm sure you all remember Blue, my best horse by far. I've bred what feels like 100 horses, with Blue even, and none have come close. And this track here is gonna try to measure his speed. As Blue goes down this path, a redstone signal will race him. And I'm gonna try to get him to match up perfectly. I'm still a little off here. I've never had a horse come close to Blue's speed, so I doubt anyone will ever beat him. But if they do, he'll become my best horse. The one in the gold armor I consider my second best horse. And if you look at the light on the right, he's definitely slower than Blue. And here's, you know, like a normal horse you might find in the world, and Blue just absolutely dusts him. Have fun in the glue factory! Now I gotta clean it all up. Can't have my high-end horse sanctuary looking janky. Lawn's done. It'll grow. I'm happy with it. The track's 100 blocks long, so I put lights every 10. This will give you a percentage of how fast your horse is compared to Blue. Example, let's look at this skeleton horse. I know he's slow. Blue's light went off when I made it to the 7th, so I'm about 70% as fast. That's right. I hope. I'm trying to sound smart here. This idea came from the heart. It's been my favorite build in a while. I'm gonna make a farm by the barn, so I need water, but I'm way beyond buckets. I'm too powerful. So I silk-touched ice, that makes sense. To make the crops, I also power farmed them. Nothing I do is normal. I guess I still sleep. For now. Day 3047 was filled with much hoeing. Do I have to say it? I will never eat any of this. It's all for show. Looks good though. Barn feels complete with a farm. Organic and fertilized with horse bones. Wasn't recording, but I grew it all. Beautiful. Now that everything's set up, might as well breed some more horses. All right, buddy, let's see if you get to live today. Can't jump 4 blocks, that's a bad sign. How's your speed? Oh, slow. Listen, buddy, by most standards, you're a good horse, but I'm basically a god, so I just can't let you live. Aw, you look just like your paw. Let's see how you stack up. He was slow. This is what Blue would want. Being by the barn so much had me looking at this old spruce road. Kind of thinking about something to do with it, I just never use it. I fly now. For now, I'm getting rid of this section that connected to the barn. It's just ugly. I'll think about the rest. For now, that's good. All this roofing's got me wanting to do more roofing, and this house has one of the worst ones. I mean, what do you expect? I never talk about this house, let alone go here. Fixed the roof and left quietly. No one needs to know what's inside. And on the underside of this cloud, I put end rods. Do you want to know why they're there? I thought monsters would spawn because it got so dark. This is just evidence of me being a noob. And today, I destroyed it. Picking up all the fallen stuff and I heard a skeleton in the floor. That or I didn't take my meds. I'm not crazy, you're crazy! Sweet Sweet silence. Then I did nothing next day. Over on the other side of my property on day 3052, digging out a space for a new mural. Or should I say 11 new murals. This area used to be a hill and it's since been carved, so I'm gonna put something really pretty here. But today I just measured, and now I'm grabbing gravel. A gravel grabber. Gravel grabber, grabber, gravel. Each of these 11 murals will represent one of my 100 days adventures. I learned a lot from each of them, and today I commemorate them. Well, not exactly today, but you get the point. Super Flat was first, and it's still one of my favorites. I did creative today too, though it doesn't look that creative. I might have to come back to this one. And I really like Nether. It's got the armor I was wearing by the end. I was kind of poor in that one. Then I got End and 69 Days done. They're both pretty simple. Pocket was tough. I had to make it look like I was in a phone, but I think I did a decent job. I think I had the most fun with the Caves mural. This one turned out nice. Cheats is good too. I'm shooting lightning bolts. That's cute. Thought of a way to spruce up creative. I put an Alex head like in the video. See, I am creative. All this art has me low on diamonds, and I can't think of the last time I mined them. So first step was going incredibly far away because my world is ancient. Then I dug straight down. I know you're not supposed to do this, but that advice is for normal people. Oh no, I fell directly into lava. Whatever. I mock your pathetic mortality. Night vision potions make this so much easier. You just fly around the cave and pick the diamonds. Kinda nice flying around too, just don't break your neck. Alright, I should have enough diamonds now. I hate mining, and I know, this game is called Minecraft. Got the last 2 murals done, RTX and Badlands. At the time, this was all the 100 days that I had made, and they really have a special place in my heart. I know there's a bunch more now. Maybe someday I'll put them on the other side of this wall. Maybe someday I'll treat the villagers nice. Maybe someday I'll stop using emeralds. Sorry, I don't know what I'm on about. I'm alone a lot. Sometimes I ramble. Today I was live streaming. Some guy asked me how much it was to name a cat, and as a joke I said $20. Well, I just made $20. Little did I know this was only the beginning. I was showing the live stream all my murals. I was proud. Grabbing 2 sheep day 3061 for a new build. They won't be treated well. That took literally all day. I forget how big my compound is until I have to do it on foot. I think you must know by now what I'm gonna do with these sheep. I'm gonna farm them. I've already got a massive sheep farm that I use for money. These sheep will be used for building, particularly for redstone and water lines. It's nice to have colored blocks for that stuff. I just put it on the side of the library like a tumor. I thought that was fitting. Same off pink roof design. I'm consistent. It'll be a while before this produces any meaningful amount of wool, but now I've never got to worry about it anymore. Oh, and I'm already naming more animals. I guess $20 was a good deal. Rode the rail all of day 3064. It's one of my favorite activities. There's just so much beautiful land to marvel at. How notable. And now you're witnessing my fans go crazy over $20 animals. I get it, this series is iconic, and now you can put a mark on it for $20. Guess it's a good thing I got a bunch of orphaned dogs and cats over here. And apparently I forgot a few countries on the flag wall. Sorry, Somalia, didn't mean to leave you out. I was told to name a sheep dinner bone, and this is what happened. I'm honestly not even mad. My only concern is I didn't want my farm to break, but apparently they can eat upside down. Now it's almost day 3069, so it's time to make a monument. This torch right here, that's 69, 69, 69. That's edited. I just can't say it that clear, that fast. It comes out bad. Let me try it right now. 69, 69, 69. That wasn't terrible. 69, 69, 69. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's me. You try. Because my whole compound was built right near spawn, I can go to these coordinates. So I'm gonna make them nice. Like everything else I built, this will be mostly made of emerald blocks. Yeah, cute little entrance, that's coming together. Ah, yes, the magical day is here. So I put up 2 signs, one that said 6 and one that said 9, and stepped back and thought, wow, yeah, that is not enough. That there, that's a little more like it. Go through the arch and down the steps, and marked with a diamond block is the best spot in the game. Then I lit a dog on fire. That's all. More monuments! More! Determined, devoted, disciplined, dug dirt deep. This is you. Yes, you. All of you. Each and every one of you watching this right now. It's supposed to be a bunch of my heads. In the end, it kind of just looked like a cemetery. Regardless, I do want to thank you all for watching, and not like a normal YouTuber where I say, all right, bye-bye, see you next time, hit the like button. Ugh, would you look at this? Pillagers! Ruining our moment. I didn't even touch them. I just let them shoot me until my Thorn's armor took them down. I guess I'll do a raid. I got time. Fans got a monument. The haters are mad. I think my favorite part is when you ride the rail. Check this out. Ooh, yeah. That right there, that's pretty notable. Started day 3074 by putting the rarest block I own right there. Ooh, that makes caves look even nicer. And you know what time it is. It's time for more monuments. You might consider this an art project versus a monument. Either way, it's vanity. This This is a scale replica of my compound. It's gonna be awesome. It's a 1 to 13-ish scale. I did my best. It's very fun. I walk around it and feel like a giant. Naturally, some depictions are abstract. Despite that, as long as I keep to the scale, everything should look good. The scale compound has its own redstone lights. I'm proud of that bit. For now, it's everything in the first emerald perimeter, which is not everything on my land. I didn't know if I'd like it in the end, but I definitely do. I like how I did the statue of me. It's like life size. As I was cleaning up from my construction of that very creative, memorable, and downright notable build, my live stream chat taunted me that I do not own an axolotl. I took that personally. Now I will go get one. First step was I had to find lush caves, and luckily there was a big opening right here. And then in theory, they should just spawn in any water here, so I just gotta hang out. I found some water and made sure there was plenty of room for axolotls to spawn. I got 3. Did you doubt me? Back home for breeding. Just kidding, that was all 40,000 blocks away, cause my world is a boomer. The axolotls will live with the squid. And by live with the squid, I mean eat them forever. That had me looking at this pond on my land. Gotta fix this, there's weird spots. Most of the day I tried to get this strange achievement where you're supposed to help an axolotl kill something. I'm just too strong. Even if I touch the squid, they die. So I rode the rail trying to inspire myself on what glorious thing to build next. All right, another day, let's get it. Wait, whoa, hold on. What? My gaming computer at the time was having issues, so I had to back up the world and do a hard reset. And apparently, this part of the world just didn't want to load. Reloaded everything. Now I'm okay, but that was terrible. Oh, that could have been awful. Today I flew around checking everything. I'd hate to play for 50 days and then realize Warthog's gone. That was stressful, but I will say I have been having some sound issues and they're totally gone now. So if you heard anything weird in the last 84 days, just know I tried to fix it, but it's hard. I was looking for a nice place to do more art when I found something notable. Brown panda! So if you don't know, this is by far the rarest panda variant, and I've wanted one for thousands of days. So now all of my focus is on getting this guy back home. I'm gonna use the nether, and I'm glad I've done this before. You really gotta take care with nether pandas. You gotta dig a 3-wide tunnel for their fat, furry bodies. Sorry if I aroused any of you. Alrighty, he's in the nether and not suffocating. Splendid. Got him in the cage and immediately started breeding him. Unfortunately, that's not really how it works, and that's why brown pandas are so rare, but maybe in another couple thousand days I'll get a second. Or I'll die. You forget that some days, that it could all end any day. Oh well, this spot should do. I'm gonna build map art. I've only ever done this in creative, and I want to give it a shot. I want to do my Minecraft face, which is mostly gray, so I'm gonna cheat a bit and use an area with a lot of gravel. It's still gonna be a lot of digging and a lot of back and forth, but I think in the end it'll be worth it. Whether it's stone or gravel, as long as it's all one level, it'll look like solid gray. And after one day of digging, I realized I'm not doing this without a beacon. I know where one is. I'm very powerful. I've got beacons just laying around. There's one left in this ancient city where I took out the Warden a bunch of times. That'll do. I'm also in the wilderness, you know, kind of dangerous out here, but not with a full beacon. Gotta let you know, I'm gonna be doing a lot of digging in this video. It's Minecraft. Mining is part of it. And if you want to build something great, you've got to delete the natural world first. Thanks to my intelligence, just gotta get rid of one more little hill and then I'm done, at least with digging. Digging's done, now I just gotta make it all gray. I'll use the stone from the mountains. Man, I'm so smart. There's a lot of darkness under this big slab of stone. This is basically becoming a monster farm. Just never go under it if you like living. I'm real lucky that on a map, gravel and stone are the same, or that would have made this whole process way worse. Done! Look at that map. Oh, just beautiful, beautiful gray. It's crispy from the sky. Just deleted this whole area. So that was probably the biggest piece of labor with this. Now I just gotta put my face in. Shouldn't be too bad. Got a pretty simple face. Did math all day, a little bit of carving. Want to make sure it's perfect. Glad I checked my work because my eyebrows would have been one off. I also almost made myself cross-eyed here. No lights is making working through the night tough. Glad I have this beacon. Finally, wool is going down. This is the last step. One problem is I didn't think about what shade to make my eyebrows and mouth. They're gray, but not stone gray. So I went home and compared a bunch of colors on the map and found out that mud might be my best option. Just take a second here. Just take this in. The sunrise of the first 100 days of this video. I think it's been notable. It was mostly spent on a rail. Yeah, my world is that old, I have to go 40,000 blocks away for mud. So now I'm flying around the entire world looking for simple mud. It's a strange feeling. Worst part is, next time the game updates, I'll have to fly even farther. Kinda looks like a still image here, but I'm flying. Probably. Then after 3 days of struggling to find mud, I decided to go with a different strategy. I looked up some coordinates for the last time I found mud. Should have started with that. Oh well, now I'm in the mangrove. I guess I could have just made a mud farm or something, but I would only use it for this one situation, so I didn't really want to do that. You know what? If there comes a time in the future where I need a mud farm, I will eat my words and build one. Guarantee you though, good old-fashioned manual labor is just faster. Slept in a nearby village. The locals have heard stories. They were terrified. No, they weren't. That's just a joke. They're computers. Don't feel bad about treating them terribly. I probably have enough mud, but I got more because I don't want to come back and do this again.
Just build a mud farm then.
No. Throwing down a bunch of mud, 3106. Gotta say, that sound's about to make me act up. I'm gonna be at this for a few days. My forehead is quite large. Ooh, but that color just perfect. Just a few more touches. My eye needs work and it looks like I have a nose ring. I am now totally done. My notable face is complete. For my first map art ever, I think I did a great job. Oh, love it from the sky. That's a monument. Best part is I can clone this map art forever. Put my face anywhere. Oh, and I'm gonna. I duplicated like 1,000 maps the next day. Then I duplicated frogs.
My babies!
Get in the bucket! Sorry, I don't mean to be so aggressive. I really just don't like frog love. This little shack is almost historical how long it's been here, and now it's gonna be a spot where I breed frogs. At least warm frogs. They're so particular. Alright, warm frog is done. Time to drag him back home. I'm not exaggerating when I say drag. A real frog would have been severely injured. After all that, I went to go get a cold frog. So, more waiting. Nice, getting this one back should be easier thanks to boats. Really couldn't tell you how many times my old canal has come in handy. Frog can live in there for now. Should only be a few more days. I haven't even said what I'm doing. And you know, at this point, it's better not to ask any questions. I was waiting for an orange frog to grow up today, so I went around the compound naming animals. And this big, fat, ugly, disgusting slime is now named your mother. Yeah, she almost killed me one time, bouncing on top of me. I'm lucky to be alive. All the frogs have now grown up. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing with them. Another beautiful room in my emerald tower. One for all the frogs. You might wonder why I'm even doing this. I mean, it's not like I really like frogs. You know, they're just not the easiest thing to get, so having a room with all 3 of them feels like an achievement. I dragged this one up with a rope for about 30 seconds. I'm glad this is a video game. Looking good. Cute little frog sanctuary high up in the tower. Now I need some leather, and the glue factory's not gonna produce any for me. These horses are too young. So yeah, it might not be safe, but nether pigs are a nice way to get leather too. I don't like doing this. Despite how powerful I am, I'm still mortal down here in the nether. Everything was going fine until I opened a shulker box, and apparently that angers all the piglins. Luckily it was just 3 and I'd been on edge all day, so they were no problem. For that I take your child! Nothing happened there, but something did happen that I didn't expect. And that never feels notable. Time for another room in the tower. You're gonna see what all that leather was for. Yep, my face. All of it. It's gonna be the best room yet. I'm out of leather, so I've gotta hang out by my glue factory, so I decided to grab Warthog. Don't panic, he's not going in. Who do you think I am? I wanted to test the old boy out, and I gotta say, regardless of how he does, I'll still love him. He only jumped up 3 blocks, not 4, and as far as speed goes, he's probably about 80% of blue. I was just curious. He's still my best horse. None of the other ones have their own houses. Totally forgot I don't need horse leather at all. I can buy item frames from my well-treated cartographers. Alright, time to plaster my face everywhere. That's fairly good, but I gotta get this spot done too. Check out this engineering. I put down item frames with the maps on a blank wall. Then I snuck vines behind each one, so it's kind of like a ladder. Oh, it's like you're in a void of Luke TheNotable. Who wouldn't want to be in this room? For sure, this is now the best room in the house. There is now a noticeable dark spot on the tower that I guarantee none of you would notice if I didn't just tell you about it. So today, because I'm mentally sane, I'm going to fix problems that do not exist. I just installed some more windows, even in rooms that I never go in. Then I had a kind of wild idea. I'm gonna rip out my house's ladder and replace it all with vines. The tower's green, vines are green, it can look good. I'm very happy with how it looks, but I can tell it's starting to propagate. Oh, wasn't recording, but I removed all the vines. It only took 1 day to realize it was a bad idea. Yeah, within a day it started growing all over my windows and the inside of the house, wrecking things. They just had to go. Whatever, this wouldn't be the first time I wasted a day on a bad idea. Now that you mention bad ideas, I've got another for my house. Here is my TNT room. It's a blast. It's right under the frogs, so just know if you want to pull that lever, they will die. All of these beautiful changes were done because last time I forgot some dirt in my tower, and this here is the last of the dirt floors. But you know what? I think I'm going to keep it. This is my historical dirt. Sacred, brown, notable. Alright, time for bed. Would you like to hear some of my hopes and dreams? Since the day I built this TNT block, I've wanted to fill it with TNT. Completely. It might not look that big, but it's gonna take 3,136 TNT to fill it to the brim. I'm not even gonna do the math on how much gunpowder that is. I'm just gonna get straight to upgrading my creeper farm. The whole thing's underground, and originally I just thought about building another one right next to it. However, I think the underground feature has sort of hurt the farm in some way. I've always thought this farm should be faster. I'm sure underground caves are causing it issues. I've got no idea where I'm gonna put this farm, but I'm gonna need cats regardless, so I got to breeding. I built a very happy home for him on the industrial side and realized right next to the iron farm might not be a bad spot. I couldn't remember how it was built, so I had to excavate the old one. That was a little embarrassing. I'm not here to teach you how to build a rocket farm, so don't ask. I really took my time with that first layer, because if you mess that up, the whole thing will be wrong. But once I got that first layer done, all I've got to do now is stack more on top. I would have got a lot more done today, but I wanted a way to turn off the farm. Can't tell you how many times I've built monster farms and wish they would just stop for a day. It's a simple idea. I just made sure that every floor has lights in it, but I wasted way too much time trying to get every single light to work on the same button or lever. Every light will have its own switch that will take longer to turn on and off, but you know, at least it's simple. Went up to 4 levels today. The old farm was 8, so I'm halfway there. But before I do that, I need a collection system, because the old farms sucked. It was just very simple, and I've come a long way with redstone. I think I can make it better. Not gonna bore you, but this one's real good. Why? It's got buttons, you know? It's better. So now that it's certified works, I've just got to put in those layers. I'm a layer slayer conveyor in the air, say your prayers. After some hard work, day 3137, it should now function. I hope. So far nothing, but I might just be standing too close. So I sat in my bedroom all day 3138. This should be far enough away for any creepers to spawn. It's working, just horribly. 12 gunpowder? Upon inspection, it's pitch black in here. There really should be creepers spawning. Just to be sure, I got rid of as many lights as I could. That's almost always the issue. The next day, I came to the conclusion I'm just gonna make this farm bigger. If it's bad, but big, it's good. America! It's also on the industrial side. I don't gotta look pretty. The only other thing that could be going on is I haven't checked for caves underneath this building. Oh yeah, that was definitely the issue. Found a spider spawner. This one's so close to home, it could actually be useful. I surfaced from my ancient mine. That brought me back. Again, testing my industry, but instead of just standing around, I decided to fish. Then I put in some glass so I should be able to see any creepers spawning in the farm. Oh yeah, and I found the absolute sweet spot. If I stand on top of my iron building, creepers, they just flow. Naturally, I stood up there for an entire day. Let's see how good this farm is. Ow! I can't even count that high. Oh, that's so much gunpowder. Now that it works, it's time to make it look nice. It's a large building of deep slate. I did my best. I normally regret messing with my working monster farms, but this time I think I have a good idea, which is what I say every time I'm about to break something. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Got this big hole done and now nothing will spawn. Why do I do this to myself? Every time. If you can believe me, I'm trying to make the farm better. I'm just not. I'm struggling here to make an alternate path for these creepers so I can kill them with my sword and hopefully get more gunpowder. And I'm trying to make the kill area on top of the iron farm, so I don't really blame myself for it not all working. My thought is, I stand up here and creepers spawn like crazy. And if I kill them with my looting 3 sword, I'm gonna get so much gunpowder. And now finally, oh, it's working. So all this really has to do is get more than like 600 and then it's a success. But I can immediately tell with how slow this was going that it just wasn't working right. I found several problems, those I fixed, and now it's working better. It's getting slightly more than 600 a day, but not by much. I'm done tinkering now. Good news is I can make tons of gunpowder. I'll be stashing it outside the TNT block. So I cleaned up, can't have huge holes on my land. Of course, since I touched the iron farm slightly, it is now broken. 10 days ago, I really should have just said, awesome, farm's working, I'm done, let's get on with my life! I must have somehow got water in here. I have no idea. So this day is actually 2 days. I meant to go away for a little bit and went away for a lot of bit. Oh well. Whatever, more gunpowder, I guess. Something is bugging me about this building. The entrance right now is just a hole. Now when I'm done, it'll still be a hole, but it'll have stairs. Just the stairs looked off, so I put a roof in. You know, it's fine. It's a monster farm. It's on the industrial side. I'm not gonna worry too much. To make this a full rocket farm, I need sugarcane. So I installed a tiny little auto sugarcane farm in the building. It's very tiny, but should be enough. The other one I built is way too big. And the last thing I want is some sort of logo on the side of this thing to break up all the deep slate. Yeah, maybe not one of my more creative ideas, but I just went with some rocket pixel art. Yeah, at least you know what the building's for now. With that done, I I now make gunpowder every single day forever, no matter what I'm doing. So I also spent the day making a bunch of money. And the next day too. Money is happiness. All this money is for my dingy old storage. Look at this. Built with stone. Ugh! The function is supreme. I'm not gonna change that. I'm just gonna deck it out in emeralds. But first, I'll have to rip out the walls, ceiling, floor, everything. One of the big changes was a new ceiling height. When I originally built this, most of it was underwater. Yeah, you can kind of see how this used to be a riverbed. Higher ceilings, of course, means more storage, but also looks more premium. By 3165, everything was gutted. I can see the sun. Color scheme will be quartz and emeralds because it looks fancy and saves me emeralds. Maybe one day it'll all be emeralds. I'm rich enough. I just really don't want to make you watch me farm emeralds for like 30 days. I'm a nice guy. Getting rid of these glass walls covering the chests today. I kind of understand what I might have been thinking. They just don't look good. In my opinion, open like that looks better. It's all nowhere near done, but I can sort of start seeing it take shape. Got real dirty day 3169, but nothing's dirty about that entrance. That entrance is clean. The biggest reason I made the storage bigger was I needed more room for bulk. I got a couple of areas down there where I throw excess stone and dirt, but now I've got a dedicated zone, and it'll be kind of up and put away, so it won't look too bad. But I'm at the point where I'm doing a lot of the trimmy quartz, and this stuff takes some time. There's lots of edges and corners, and they've all got to look perfect. I'm nearly there. You can already tell it's so much brighter. Just don't think less of me if in the future I keep this all quartz. Walls are now done. I'll be the first to admit that the mine entrance looks a little weird now. I don't really mine at all, but for now, it stays. I put in 2 staircases so I can walk up to the upper level without flying. Gonna be honest though, I'm probably gonna fly every single time. Deep slate on the floor. I know. You're like, what are you doing? Deep slate? That's for poor people! I just can't tell you how many times I've broken my own floor trying to mine up a shulker box or something else. So at least with deep slate, that won't happen anymore. It all adds another color too. I like how it looks. New storage means new chests. And that means deforestation. There's only a few original trees left out here, and I just cut them down. And what I couldn't cut, I burned. On the top, I'm gonna do bulk storage, but only on one side. On the other side, I'm setting up a potion brewing area. I don't make potions all that often, but when I do, it gets messy. So now I've got a nice spot where I have everything and organized. Well, not everything. I don't have a netherwort farm. I wanted the kind of nefarious feeling on this one, you know? It's from the nether, a little spicy. Oh yeah, that looks good. Like something the cops don't need to find out about. I also don't quite have every single potion ingredient. I need turtle scoots. And turtle scoots are annoying. Had to wait for those turtle eggs to hatch, so I just made profits all day. Ah, there they are. Now I just have to resist the voices telling me to step on them. Same thing the next day. Those turtles take forever.
Just go step on them.
No voices. No. Yeah, still nothing. I should industrialize this. I know I just put up these walls, but I'm ripping them down now. I didn't want to sit around all day waiting for turtles, so I figured I'd build something. So this right here is in theory lava forever. I don't believe it. Sounds too good to be true. Wow, what a beautiful act of nature. Time to step all over it with a deep slate fist. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm building a turtle farm. It's gonna be horrible. I don't really know if these exist already. I'm building this from my own mind. And you can already tell by these mangled rails, no one's gonna have a good time. A turtle farm tries to get turtle scoots, whatever that means. So I'm hoping to breed them, grow them up, and then dispose of them. All in the same building. And hey, I'm not looking for efficiency. If this produces 1 turtle scoot, I'll be happy. They will all think this is their home beach. That's just sad. And somehow, now I'm waiting for turtles to hatch again. Well, I guess this wall could use a machine. I built a little auto seaweed farm. It's what the turtles will eat before they die. Farm's done and sealed. Just have to wait for the turtles. No idea if it'll work. Wish me luck. In the meantime, I'm going to build something that I'm very proud of. Around this time, I had a U2s come out. It's a collectible figurine, and I'm building a replica. It's gonna be large, and that's just the base of my face. I'm basically crafting a large bust of my head in 3 dimensions in Minecraft. This is way beyond pixel art. I've never done anything like this ever, and I was very worried the entire time it would look bad. So at first, I just focused on getting the scale and shape right. A lot of placing blocks, stepping back, tilting my head and looking at it, and then placing more blocks. Despite my worries, I was having fun, and I was so deep in the art, I forgot about my turtles. Ah, sweet, there's like a million of them. A few escaped, but they're turtles. I shoved them back in. All right, I think if I did this right, I should have scoots in a few days, but I did build this thing myself, and it kind of looks terrible. Anyway, back to sculpting. 3194 got some eyes on. That gave me a boost in confidence. The proportions are at least looking right. Smile too. Once I got that up, I knew this was going somewhere. Filling in the actual head part was tough. I'm playing a block game, and I need to make this look curved. No shortcuts though. This is my face. I care. And yeah, now it's looking like a face. That's a person. I am not a person. I am an AI. I think my biggest struggle of this whole structure was my iconic butt chin. I mean, if you've ever seen it, it's fairly cavernous. And hair? Well, I have no idea how I'm gonna do that. I might as well just shave my head. Turtle update! Turtle update! The farm worked. Baby turtles were born up here and then pushed into the kill chamber. They grow up, they drop their scoot, and then, well, this happens. Ugh. I'm so talented! To celebrate, I made myself a potion of the Turtle Master. I can't recall ever having one, and I'm slow but bulky, like a turtle. I think I'm gonna pass on this one. A little bit more on the skull, then I can do the hair. That's what I'm really worried about. I tried throwing in some andesite. That was a horrible mistake. Look at that! Another 100 days. I gazed upon this sunrise while standing on my own head. I did my best with the hair. I think I'm lucky that for years now, my hair has always been messed up. I gotta be honest, I did not think it was gonna look that good. I like it! It's dark, so monsters spawn inside of me, but that I can fix. Working on the last few details. How do I make an ear look good? I'm glad there's no nose. I could have never made that happen. The secret for the hair seemed to be placing blocks randomly. Eventually, it got to a point where it kind of looked like a head of hair. I'm really loving it. I am. And definitely not just because it's a bust of me. Final step is lights. Gotta make sure this whole structure looks lit up. Creepers spawning on my head would be embarrassing. Then I just looked at it all day. I'm telling you, I'm proud. I don't think you understand how much I underestimated myself. Yep. Here you are, another solid day of admiring. Then another solid day of naming things. I gotta say, the golems all got good ones. This is embarrassing. I almost forgot an entrance to this monument. I spent a lot of time. Almost too much time trying to make a piston door. I couldn't make it work, so I settled on iron doors. They blend in. Then I looked at myself some more, passed out from beauty, woke up the next day, and it's time to touch the turtles. I've had these floating eggs up for a few days, and they don't seem to want to hatch. I don't think they're gonna, and I think there may be too many turtles up in here. I can fix that problem. Part of me thinks if I bred turtles the natural way, I'd have just as much scoot. Looking at the farm, what's hurting me is burning them in lava. If I didn't do that, this whole thing would work better, but I know you love it. So it's really your fault. I'm all over the place right now. Day 3208, I'm going down to my Warden. Trapped this thing a while ago because it's easily the worst boss. Wasn't even hard. But I gotta say, having it under my compound has made some issues. So right now, I'm just trying to get a better safe zone for the Warden. So I have a good area where I know I'm not gonna get hit. Last thing I want to do is be mining or something and get sniped. Thing is, I should have done this before I got the Warden in. Doing it right now is very tough. So for now, I'm just gonna leave him here. Hazards and all. I guess if I hear a heartbeat, I'll just have to be careful. 3209, I'm away from keyboard for a lot of days, and I'll tell you why. I broke a glass plate, and a nearly microscopic piece of it was lodged in my thumb. And obviously, that was gonna make recording difficult, but I still wanted to get some days done. So I decided to farm gunpowder. Good thing I can edit this all down to just a few seconds or so. Want to point out the glass is still in my finger, but feels a little better now. And thanks to that glass, I have enough gunpowder to fill the block. More importantly, I checked my turtles the next day and got 15 scoops in the chest. That is a success. I celebrated by breeding, then burning. Not gonna lie, that turtle hat pretty cute though. I did want to see how a potion of the Turtle Master would fare against the Warden, so here I am. It definitely did less damage, but I was so slow. If I ever had to fight the Warden with a Turtle Master potion, I think I'd still die. Yeah, I'm definitely contemplating killing that thing. I enchanted my turtle helmet. Not sure if that'll help, but I had 160 levels, might as well. I wanted to put the helmet in my ender purse, but the thing was just cluttered, so I did a whole day of organization. Sometimes you've just gotta, restocked things. It wasn't a bad day. You ever start doing one thing and that makes you do another thing and then that makes you do another thing? Well, now I'm in the end, so that's pretty much what's happening to me. I need obsidian, and when you need obsidian, you just take a day, you grab as much as you can. Like life, some days in Minecraft are just like that. Finally, time to start working on the TNT block, and the first thing I'm gonna do is dig out this land. The further away you get from my tower, the more neglected my landscaping is, and this is pretty bad. If I'm gonna have a nuke, I want the thing to look nice. So I dug, and dug some more. Guess what? Still digging. And I'm gonna be at it for a while. Just imagine doing this with no beacon. While you're at it, imagine playing Minecraft for 3,234 days and still thinking of stuff to do. Ooh. All leveled and dirted. I'm done. Just kidding. It will never be done. ever! Cause now I've got a floating horse road, and you know I can't have that. I don't know why I'm renovating the horse road. I never use it. I fly now. It will now be a horse tunnel. Oh, gotta put lights down. It's a monster farm over here. I'm approaching 10 years of Minecraft and still use cobblestone. Kinda lucked out on the other side. Got this natural waterfall feature. It looks good. Everything is now reconnected. It's historic. I had to. I thought I was gonna make a TNT block. Why am I doing emerald arches? Well, you know I gotta have a connected rail. That's essential. After shooting some mobs in the daytime of 3240, I got an idea. Lights. Glowstone ones. As far as the eye can see. If you don't like how this looks, please comment down below and I'll be sure to ignore it. Uh-oh, I'm building a box on the industrial side. This isn't gonna be good for someone. You guessed it! Villagers! I want lots of glowstone, but don't want to work hard for it, and that's what villagers are for. So now I'm infecting the people. It's not a conspiracy. 1 cure and I get glowstone for 1 emerald each. That is a deal. So I'm gonna put like 10 of them in a box. They can't stop me. Welcome to Notable Industries. Here we treat our employees like family. Family that you don't like. Day 3244, I flew around my land and took a nice hard look at it. And on this day, I was inspired to build something notable. A wall. The wall. Today was the day when I saw it first in my imagination. It would be massive. Beautiful. Notable. I'll get to it. Just know on this day, I got the idea. Then I thought about actually building a giant wall and realized that's gonna take a long time, so I thought I'd bang out some other things first. Check it out, my arena. Simple concept, this will be a place where I fight things when I'm feeling violent! Maybe one day I will fight the Warden here. No promises though. In the meantime, I'm gonna keep it dark so monsters spawn here and I can fight anytime I want. Wasn't recording, now it's trimmed in emeralds because I'm super creative. The more I look at it, the more I don't really like it. Sometimes I'm not the best architect, but it works. I can at least make a dark room. Tried a little black stone, 3249, quickly decided I didn't like that. Then I struggled with a piston door. My track record with these things has not been good. Despite wiring everything to code and taking my time, it just never looked right. I do this for money. I should be better. So I buried the piston door, now it's working fine. That's always a good strat. I debated even putting a way out. It's an arena. You shouldn't be able to escape. And I don't know who I'm kidding. Most of the time, I'm just gonna jump in and then fly out. A little bat spawned. Shall I fight him to the death? 3252, I'm putting in some floor lights. This I've done before. Now I can turn the arena off, because otherwise it'll mess with all my monster farms. I'm not a huge fan of the switch on the floor, but I've cut many corners on this thing. One more? Who cares? All right, I just built what is very likely the place where I die. Guys? Why are you still zombies? Somebody touch someone! Whatever, I don't have time for that. I've got to go tend lovingly to my turtles. After a day and some experimental medicine, now the clerics are done. And now I should be able to buy about 200 glowstone lights per day. How many could I mine if I just worked hard in the nether? I don't care. I don't do that. Remember, no unions! I think one day I'll free them. I'll free them all. But not today. And not for a very long time. And you know what? Maybe not at all. Building's done. Simple like the stone cutters. And they're happy, I guess. Back to the desert, day 3256. I used to basically live out here. I shoveled so much sand. And here I am again. And I'm about to do some serious shoveling. How serious? Well, I shoveled for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Wasn't recording for the last day of shoveling. You didn't miss much. I'm home now. I have everything I need to do the TNT block. But I'm going to get distracted. Yeah, instead I spent the day making this brand new villager baby. And train tracks. Babies love train tracks. And a glass box. Babies love glass boxes. If you haven't already noticed, now I'm achievement hunting because I didn't take my pills. Was most of the way on this one and even had the last piece of food in my storage. Don't know why I didn't already have that. I'm supposed to be making a nuke. But instead, I'm going 40,000 blocks away to breed goats. I have mountains right by my home. Goats just don't spawn on them for some reason. Hey, Billy, it's your lucky day. Yeah, Aiden. Mommies and daddies, they kiss, and then a baby comes out. That's exactly how it happens. I also have to walk on snow with leather boots, but forgot leather boots. No problem. Not sure why this is an achievement, but hey, I got it. Went back home to get distracted more. Wasn't recording again. Now I have a new guy working for me in the Netherward farm. Meet Walter. Then I fished a little bit and watched the sunset. That was nice. Then got nothing done, day 3268. Mostly just stood around. Not kidding. Here's some very good standing footage. Here's some more. Notice how I waste this whole day. I was scouting out a spot for a strider achievement. I've got to make a strider walk on a bunch of lava in the overworld. One of those achievements that sounds very easy, but once you start doing it, it's actually quite difficult. The only time I had done this achievement before was when I played 100 Days with cheats on, and it was very easy then, of course, but by hand, quite tough. It's a weird achievement, but it's hard like an achievement should be. I like this one. Very high chance of death here if you're not me and are totally prepared. Got a strider from the nether, into the overworld, and into my lava track. Hopefully I built it long enough. Wow, look at me! I can count! I thought about putting him in with the rest of the striders, but ultimately came to the conclusion that a 360 no-scope would be more fun. Remember, striders? I don't like you. Alright, now I'm just making stuff up. I had an old horse by the name of Raw Dolphin, and now that you mention it, I haven't seen him in like 2,000 days. He was so fast, maybe even faster than Blue, and I wanted to find out, but couldn't find him. I really hope he's okay. I thought maybe I left him over by the original mansion portal. This whole thing got gutted. But no, no one here, just spots where you would tie up a horse. I really looked everywhere. Oh well, I guess he's just gone. For a brief moment, I thought I found him. But nah, just some nobody. Then I was reminded why I don't come out here all that often. TNT block. Yeah? Really? No, I'm not gonna get distracted. We're gonna actually do this thing now? Cool. Step 1 is get the whole thing not floating. The original was made with wool, and the new one will be made with concrete. I figured if I want this thing to not go off randomly, I should probably build it strong. And with my sometimes chaotic nature, you might think I want this thing to go off randomly, but I don't. Gotta break a lot of wool today, so first I'm gonna make the best shears in the game. Okay, which one of you has unbreaking? Oh, there you are! Oh no, that was easily one of my best villagers. And just for the record, I did not mean to do that. Oh well, at least I have good scissors now. I'm gonna try to replace that unbreaking villager. Besides mending, he was easily the greatest. So I broke lecterns and then placed lecterns all day long, because this is how you get strong in Minecraft. I tried all day and didn't get one. Wow. What I really didn't expect was to go the whole next day without one too. I'll get you for this, villagers. I will. Finally got one and sent him to the orphanage cellar. You know what happened next. One day later, he's going back in the library like nothing ever happened. Yeah, I didn't build this thing to accept new villagers. Had to rip out the roof. Didn't think anyone would get smote, but I guess here we are. Back to business, finally. Love these shears, by the way. Didn't even know they could be enchanted. As far as pixel art goes, this part is not that difficult, but you do have to get it right. The top, on the other hand, yeah, that's not gonna be easy. Good thing the top will be the last step. For now, I'm building a bunker. I just put it in a nearby mountain in what I thought might be a safe distance. I mean, probably. I don't know. But all construction stopped when it started thunderstorming. I've got to get myself an achievement. Well, now I have a witch on my land. I don't like it, so I blended the bunker into the mountain quite nicely and then worked on the inside. It's nothing much, made of stone, but it's gotta be strong. There's a nuke nearby. I did put down a few redstone lights just to give it that premium feel. Maybe I'm just a simple man, but to me, redstone lights are fancy. Okay, fuse time. This is what'll make it go bang. Of course, everything was built to code, and nukes probably should be, but really the redstone's very simple, just one long wire. After a little bit of struggling, it's now connected. I should be able to launch the nuke. But it's not gonna be that simple. No, I'm gonna put in some safety features. Just a few simple fail-safes that'll stop the redstone button from launching a nuke if you want it. Don't look too long, it's gonna hurt your brain. It's very, very complicated. Last little bit of safety is I'm gonna make the floor of this thing deep slate that has very high blast resistance. I also checked the area around the TNT block and there's no caves, and if there were, I lit them up. Effectively, I'm the only thing that's gonna make this thing blow up. Alright, today's the day. Time to place 3,000 TNT. I'm really not sure how I thought this would be a quick process, but it was not. It was also incredibly nerve-wracking standing next to all of this TNT and touching it. Midway through, a lightning strike went off and I pretty much pooped my pants. I did not have a lightning rod before that moment. Safety is my number 6 concern, I guess. That little piece of copper outside did not make me feel much better about this whole process. I just wanted to get it done as fast as possible so I could not be inside of a nuke. Really trying everything out here to place blocks more efficiently.
Okay, it's now done. I can take a breath. Ah!
That is menacing. Problem is, top's still off, like your mom. I kept the old top and just copied it. That made this part a little easier. And who am I kidding? You're really gonna check this is a pixel-perfect recreation of the top of a Minecraft TNT block? No. You're not. Got it done and layered in carpet just to make sure nothing can spawn up here. Thousands of days of dreaming has now come to reality. There's now a giant bomb on my land. And now I press the button. Confident in my safety features, I pressed the button. And nothing happened. Notable. Gotta clean up now, got way more sand and gunpowder than I needed. Not a bad thing. Hey, at least I'm finally using that area for bulk storage. Then I fished. That's it. Time for something productive on day 3294. Roughly 1,000 days ago, I built this wither skeleton farm and it could use an upgrade. The storage is one chest. That is literally it. When I built the farm, I tried to make a sorter, but as you can see, it didn't go well. But I've come to a point in my Minecraft career where I really need a lot of beacons, so I need this farm to work very, very well. So I'm gonna give this another go. Like I said, it's been about 1,000 days. I've probably got some new knowledge. For now, I've just got a big sand pit, but that's a start. And now I've got a bigger sand pit. Wither skeletons drop 4 things, so an item sorter shouldn't have to be too complicated. I don't even really care about the items being sorted. I just want to make sure this whole thing doesn't get clogged up by stone swords. Obviously, used a lot of hoppers to make this happen, but it does work. Now that the machine is functional, just gotta build a room. My vision is nether. Uh-oh, something's not working. Fixed the issues that I caused and then continued making everything look pretty. Just don't go through that crimson door, it's pretty gross back there. Piglins started spawning, which means I have to spawn-proof the whole thing, but then I should be done. Yeah, some of the walls in the machine room are still sand, but I'm not gonna fix them. They'll work. Farm upgraded. There we go. And so now, on day 3300, construction of the wall begins. It's gonna be simple. A wall. An absolutely massive wall. I'm gonna bring out my beacon perimeter one more and then wall the entirety of that area. Sounds simple, but there's gonna be so much to do. And step 1 is I need new beacons. 96 of them, and that makes 288 wither skeleton skulls. Wow. So I'm gonna get those. I have a farm. So that's it, at least for right now, just farming up withers. This part is not hard and shouldn't take too long. I made this farm well. And honestly, I think out of everything, this'll definitely go down as the easiest part. Yep, still at it. I gotta be. Thing is, now I'm farming so many wither skeletons, I'm getting clogged on coal too. There's no way I will ever need this much coal or bones. I really don't even use them. I guess I could just bring them all home every few days, but where's the efficiency? So while farming, I was brainstorming, and that's never good for the monsters in this game. Here I am actively testing a new design while inside of the monster farm farming monsters. I'm efficient. Got a new system working now where if I want, I can just burn the coal and bones, and I'm gonna be doing that. Then I named animals all day. I'm gonna have to find a place to put all these guys. More farming, all efficiently. But that had me thinking, what if I could be more efficiently? When all you do is stand around and farm a farm, you think about ways to farm that farm faster. Farm faster, farm faster, farm faster! Did you know wither skeletons are now my most killed monster in all of Minecraft by far? Yep. I'm going as fast as I can, but every day, especially even the days where you're farming wither skeletons, so don't skip any! Made Jesse day 3316, but he wouldn't get out of this dirt box, and then couldn't handle the blue. I'm sorry, Walter. I know you cared for him. You don't have to smile through the pain. I need some dogs for tomorrow. These ones won't be named because they will likely die. Dogs scare wither skeletons, so in theory I can use these to make the farm faster. I'm not certain this will work, but it was a fairly easy addition. Lost a lot of them. This whole farm is built above lava. And some, well, you know. I put some on just the very bottom layer and it made the farm faster for sure. Day 3321, I got 43 wither skeleton skulls in a single day. New record. Yeah, I'm done now. No more farming. I get to go fight the wither like a ton of times. Pro tip, when you gotta fight 96 withers in a row, don't fight them legit. Just cheese it under the end portal. That's the best way. I spent 2 solid days doing nothing but killing withers. And no, I was not fighting him. I was killing him. And now I need obsidian. Like 300 or something? Crazy number. I was already in the end. It's basically free out here. Check this out though. One click, 64 beacons! 100 in a single day. I'm living. Still, that's only the first phase of step 1. I've got to place all the beacons now. And this is dangerous work. I could actually die. What makes me nearly immortal are my beacons. And when I'm digging a new beacon hole, I obviously don't have beacon powers. And digging straight down, that's always dangerous. I just gotta be careful of lava, heights, all that stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing for a while. You saw 100 beacons in my inventory. Did you think that would take a day to put in? I'm gonna warn you all right now, over the next couple hundred days, there's gonna be a lot of stuff like this. I didn't realize it at the time, but the wall is the largest project I've ever built. My most mega build. And right now I'm in phase 1 AC of a 37 phase plan. Anyway, I was pretty lucky while I dug beacons. The worst thing that ever happened to me was caves, and those are never that dangerous, especially during the daytime. Sometimes the caves would be quite large, but again, you just do this in the daytime, then there's way less monsters. And you might think lava was a problem for me, but I chugged fire potions the entire time. I did take a break on day 33 3333, because there's really only one of these in the entire video. I wanted to build a monument to 3. I'd just been digging for so long, it felt like a good idea. Yeah, it's just a 3, but there wasn't much out here anyway, I'll take it. And maybe in 1,111 more days, there'll be a 4. 3. Enough fun, back to digging. 4 beacons done, doing them safely takes 2 days. You do the math.
Who am I kidding? You can't do math. Half of you can't even read a clock.
It's true, boomers. We've lost them. They watch too many stupid Minecraft videos on YouTube. Like this one. What? What, you don't like social commentary? Let me just say that I dug again? Cause I dug again! Chop today though, that's different. Nice. Yeah, this big old forest was in the way of my greatness. Good amount of lava in this hole, that's why I chugged those fire potions. Casually on fire while mining, no big deal. After this beacon, I'm officially now halfway done with the new array. And I don't really want to keep going. I mean, I'll have to eventually, but not now. But if you thought I was gonna do something not involving mining, you're horribly mistaken. I'm gonna mine out the perimeter of what my new land will look like. I've just gotta see it, and sometimes that's the best way. I was also straight up sick of digging straight down. Little did I know, soon I'll be sick of digging straight across. Good news is I don't think I'll ever run out of wood ever again in my entire Minecraft career. And if I do, I guess I could just cut down another forest. Burning obviously works too. Here you can kind of see the land a little more cleared out. It's very open when there's nothing in it. I can already tell that this everywhere is going to look awesome, but it's going to be millions of blocks. And when I say millions, I mean millions. So yeah, this is gonna take a while. Since there's gonna be a lot of mining, I'm wondering how many different ways I can say mining. Excavate, extract, unearth, delve, burrow, prospecting, quarry, exhume, fracking, kinda, ditching, blasting, scooping, mountaineering, uprooting, eradication, pitting, veining, stripping, trenching, mine laying, drilling, boring, tapping. I'm sure there's more words to describe what I'm doing here, but I think you get the point. Did a little tour for Mater today. He was over and I was showing him my progress and showing him how much more there is to do. I'm nervous. Well, that was fun. Back to work. Yeah, it's a grind, but no one's gonna do it but me. You want something from life, you gotta get it. And anything worth having is never easy to get. And I know it can seem hard when you've gotta move a mountain, but if you do just a little bit every single day, you'll get there. Trust me, I've been there. Just never give up. Stay notable. It'll happen. Not gonna lie though, even after that speech, I'd very much like to give up. Oh, just love to go take a nap and not have to dig all this dirt. Forget what I said earlier. It's not worth it. Just stop trying. Abandon your hopes and dreams. Sorry. I'm just kind of losing it a little, which is not great, considering there's so much left to do. Oh, man, I have really been at this. Now, I know it's been fairly quick for you, but I can edit this footage. For me, it's been an absolute grind, one that will be worth it in the end, but still a grind. I mean, look at these mountains. They're all gonna have to get flattened, and I know I'm not digging it by hand. I've done so much of that already, but I did want to feel it. I wanted to feel what it was like to actually physically dig this all by hand. I'll tell you what, it does not feel good. It's hard labor. I can't complain too much though. I worked in fast food for a while. That's way worse than this. If I do very much more digging, some villagers are gonna die. So today's gonna be the last day, at least for a little bit. Yep, it's adventure time. At least it will be tomorrow. Gotta ride this rail 8,000 blocks just to get to new land. So what am I looking for out here other than sweet cinematic shots? Mostly out here looking for cherry blossoms at the time they had just come out. And no luck today. Looked all over. Well, saying no luck would not be true. I did find a god apple. Those are rare and always nice to find. They really let you cheat death. I was also out here for a little bit of archaeology. That was a new update with this, and I gotta say, I didn't really like it. Maybe I'm just too strong to be digging for diamonds in the dirt. Whatever. They'll never do the update I want. Emerald buttons. Found a cherry blossom by the nighttime of 3406. Good thing there was a village right nearby. Wow, what a beautiful forest that I'm totally going to ravage. I like cherry blossoms. They're a good tree to add to the game, you know? It's fun. I'm down on the aesthetic. They'll look good next to my emerald tower. I really just wanted saplings. I'll grow my own. What a great day to not be a tree. Wasn't recording for a day of chopping. Now here's a day of burning. I then went out and did more archaeology. I'd like to give it a fair shot before telling the world I don't like it. And world, I don't like it. It's just not very good. Even if I had absolutely nothing, you would not catch me doing archaeology. I'm digging around in the sand, in the middle of the ocean, risking my life for what? A piece of coal. I bet you with a stone pick running around, I could get 30 coal in a day. You can find diamonds and emeralds and stuff like that, but I can't believe I'm about to say this. I'd rather mine. Yeah, you can get pot pieces. That's super cool. Just want you all to know, this will probably be the last time you ever see me do archaeology in this world. Unless, of course, I need it for something. Like right now, I needed the pots. It's almost day 3, 420. Apparently, another thing with archaeology is there should be secret rooms in the desert temples now. I found one, but mined all the artifacts getting there. Oh, here's one. I bet you it's super good. A stack of diamonds, netherite, a single gunpowder. This is what I mean. It's just not worth anyone's time. I'm done talking about it. Not trying to let all that get me down. I'm still exploring 3415. And while flying, something caught my eye. That's a brown panda. Now, how am I gonna get you back home? These things are insanely rare. I'm not leaving it out here. I'll get it home eventually. Enjoy your hole. I'm pretty sure he won't despawn, but I named him just in case. Flying back now, I feel recharged, at least enough to go back to manual labor. It's gonna be another day here. I was notably far.
Almost. Been flying too long.
All right, one more rail and then I'll be home. Home! And on day 3, 420. What a good one. Of course, the first thing I did was go up high, though the come down was pretty rough. Then I looked through all my pots, and for the first and probably last time, I constructed a custom pot. Then I went over to this magical house, looked at it, and thought about how absolutely terrible it looks. Oh well, threw down some pot and enjoyed day 3, 420. Really though? What is this house? This needs to be changed. What'd you think I was gonna put that off? No, it needs to change immediately. I am gonna give myself a break. This was constructed 3,000 days ago, and calling it a house is not really correct. So first step is gonna be unearthing it. I've been digging so much it wasn't a big deal. When it's all excavated, you can really see how many different blocks that I used on this thing. It's as if my storage vomited and a house was created. Started day 3423 with a behind-the-back creeper hug. Tee-hee! That tickled. I haven't feared creepers in a long time. I'm just too strong. Digging this out is a lot more work than I thought. Good thing I'm getting paid by the day. And then even once you dig, you gotta make the whole thing dirt. Otherwise it looks bad. This here is all just a taste of what I'm doing on my main compound. I'm still at it. Nearly there. I'm dirting now. You have to have a lawn. Last day, I promise. Tomorrow I get to do construction. You get off my job site. First thing I did was a bit of an inspection. I wanted to see what was here and what I was going to keep. I know these rooms are kind of weird, but I want to keep them. Weird was sort of the point. However, this whole house was buried, so it's going to need a new frame. That's what I did today. In emeralds, naturally. I'm also going to move the portal. I'm going to put it inside the house, not just jutting off the side of L-Town. Looking at the build, keeping most original should be fine as long as the outside looks decent. I think the biggest thing I want to stay true to is the quartz entryway. Obviously, my execution 3,000 days ago was not great, but that was 3,000 days ago. I've grown a ton as a player. Not sure why golems are burning in my house now, but I can figure that out later. It's all kind of starting to come together, and I am doing weird stuff like this quartz and dark oak tile that just doesn't make sense. This house never had a view, but now I notice that view is kinda bad. On the original day 420, I burned trees, and many of them are still half burned. It was a very hilarious joke that I'm sure you all are still laughing about. Anyway, I fixed the trees that I see from my house. When I started this, I kinda thought I was gonna rip out a lot more of this house, but almost all of it is original. One thing I did notice though is it has no bedroom, and that's gotta change. Hot tub bed. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Made everything that was stone emerald, and now I'm done. Well, not done. My home doesn't have a roof. I'm using quartz because emeralds are too expensive, and I've done way too much embezzlement. It's gonna be a tough roof because the house is very funky, but I'm going to do my best. It came out slightly barny, but you know, most of my roofs do. I've always been more about safety anyway. I'm slabbing this top, no creepers getting in. Yeah, whatever, it's better than a hobbit hole. I think the final archway turned out nice, much improved. All right, ma'am, I'm here to do the final inspection. Yeah, everything looks good. Some stuff isn't up to code, like no door on the elevator, and I totally forgot to do this piece of ceiling, and I can be happy to say that sometimes I crash there. Estate bolstered, I flew back home for more manual labor. My land's looking pretty cleaned out, but those mountains, they still scare me. Before I get to the mountains, I need to get through the last bit of hill. And before I do that, I need beacons, so I'm back to this. Oh yay, more digging. Listen, the Great Notable Wall was not built in a day. I have no idea how many days it's going to take. I hope it gets done in this video. Guess you're just gonna have to watch and find out. You may wonder why I'm hand digging all of this. There are machines in Minecraft that automate the digging process, so why don't I make one? First, I need the cobblestone. By my calculations, the wall will be nearly 100,000 of it. And I guess sure, I could sit around and use a cobblestone farm, but I figured this was killing 2 villagers with 1 stone. Check this out, I'm gonna be saving some of the original trees and make them absolutely massive, just to remind myself myself that this area used to all be hill. Another reason I'm digging is I just wanted to feel it. I wanted to feel what it would be like to dig this all out by hand. It doesn't feel great, but what manual labor does.
Hurts my back.
I am getting very efficient with my beacon placements though. I don't waste a second. Every little bit of iron fits perfectly. Alternating beacon digging then regular digging really helped with my mental. You have to know, while I was doing this, I was looking up ways to mine faster. There's just gotta be a better way. There really isn't. Mining is mining. Yeah, pretty much the only thing you can do to make it faster is beacons, and I've been doing that the entire time. Again, I need all of this dirt and the cobblestone. Doesn't mean I'm not getting a little sick of it, but I'm not gonna skip these days. I want you to appreciate all of the labor that went into the wall. But nothing's stopping me from going through them quickly. Yeah, this is way better. I can just cut fast. Now I'm in creative. Yes, this is gonna count as a day. And nerds will know I'm building a TNT duping machine. It did not work on the first attempt. I didn't think it would. I'm just not going to dig out an entire mountain range. No, I'm gonna blow it out. So here I am, in survival, trying to build infinite explosives for the first time. I live streamed this. Sometimes there's nerds in the chat that can help me, and if I died, hey, it would be live. I have no idea how this machine works. I have no idea how they figured it out, but someone did. Somehow, redstone and dead coral duplicates TNT. I was able to get the machine working just fine, but not moving like it's supposed to. But even just this whole digging would take several days. Back to creative, I can do this. After about an hour, I figured it out. I can now make a TNT duping flying machine. Obviously, doing this in survival is always more difficult. I'm also tragically low on slime. I never really needed the stuff until today. But on day 3472, I got it going. It might not look like much, but this could potentially save me hundreds of days of digging. And my back! Now that I'm confident I can get rid of this whole mountain range, I do sadly have to get rid of the volcano. I don't like it either, but it's in the way of my wall. It's gotta go. And the whole time I did that, I was blowing up area. This is working out well. Until it wasn't, because sometimes it didn't. That's alright, I knew there was gonna be a bit of a learning curve here. Yeah, a mountain of a learning curve. I tinkered all day and got nowhere. This was way easier and creative. I get the duping, I'm good at that. It's getting the whole thing to move. Feeling defeated, I did some digging for motivation. Wanted to remind myself what's in store for me if I can't make these TNT machines work. Digging the hills was one thing, but these mountains are so much taller. Every chunk is gonna take so much longer. So I can either break my back digging for the next 1,000 days, or I can do something about it. And I'm gonna do something about it. And one of the main issues I was running into was slime, so I'm gonna try to build a slime farm. This is a very old mine, right underneath my compound, and I know from experience that slime spawn down here. I've gotta find the exact chunk where the slime spawned, then I can make an automatic slime farm. Should be pretty simple. Got it! Bad news for you, slime. That's really the hardest part. Once you figure out where the slime spawn, you just gotta dig a big hole. I made a TNT duper to help. I wasn't entirely sure how deep to go down, so I'm just gonna go down the whole way. I'm no stranger to digging. This was nothing. Then I hit deep slate and started regretting my life choices. This is rock bottom. It's rocks on the bottom. I'd rather play Fortnite no build than this, and that's saying something. Am I getting close to the bottom? I don't know. I'm starting to forget my own name. Bum, 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 bum. Worst part is, I don't even have to dig this far down. Oh look, diamonds! Not like I need them. Running out of things to say. Pudding! Peeing a big old P, BRB. Yeah, I was live streaming at the time. Imagine watching this, not edited. Oh, sweet bedrock, yes! Alright, now I got a big hole. The rest should be fairly simple. First step is build a platform where I should have stopped digging like 10 days ago. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not much else to this thing. Tested today and it works. Look at that, I can spawn slimes. I was happy, so I'll just build a bunch of platforms. Easy money. Halfway done with the video here. I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, hit that like button and a subscribe. That'd be really notable. Back to subjugation. Really just putting in the platforms here, nothing too complicated. I think I'm just about ready for making where they'll die. Slimes are kinda dumb, so taking them out in mass shouldn't be too difficult. Oh man, this thing spawns pretty dang good. Look at them! Give me your balls. Magma will kill them all, a simple trap. The slimes see the golem and jump in. It's easy, except that I had to redo it all. But initial testing looks great. The slimes are jumping right in. Yeah, working so well, they're all clogging me up as I'm trying to work. It's a good sign though. Soon I'll never have to worry about slimes again. 2 weeks ago, I never worried about slimes. The collection is very simple. I'm sure one day I'll upgrade it, but for now, 2 double chests of slime balls would be awesome. Last step is make sure I don't have a massive gaping hole on my land. That's important. Why do I always say last step? And then it's not the last step. I just forget what happened sometimes. I play way too much Minecraft. It's not healthy. I've got to do the entrance, and originally I went with this industrial carpet look, which I regretted immediately. So now I've got slime, I'm grabbing more quartz, and I should have everything I need for more bombs. All right, mountain. You're going down! I spent most of the day measuring. I want to make sure I get this right. I did not get this right. See, that's looking better. Now I need the whole thing to go back and forth over this whole mountain range, destroying the entire time. Now it's moving, but not destroying. I'm pretty sure I just made the whole thing go too far. I don't think I can take out the entire mountain range in one go. But half the mountain range, that's definitely doable. Things are finally going for me. I got 2 machines working at the same time. And they ran all day, no issues. That's success. The hole they cut is clean enough. Not perfect, but I can work with it. Can't even imagine how long it would take to dig this by hand. I'm very on edge though. I feel at any moment this is all going to break. But luckily, so far it hasn't. So now I just gotta copy everything. Easier said than done. Every single one I made did make me better. I got the hang of it. I learned! Look at me! And that mountain range is just getting smaller and smaller. 5 of them working for me now. I'm proud. Good job, boys! Give it up! Beautiful. Beautiful destruction. Yeah, man, I mean, look at that. Oh, a lot of floaties, though. I'm gonna have to clean those up. Yeah, like a lot of them. Maybe I should figure this out. Not much figuring out to do. I think the obvious solution is just put these things closer. Oh well, I really figured this first section would be a little messy. But now, putting them closer seems to have fixed the issue. You can kind of see the difference there. Chilling in the pit, getting a better look, day 35-28. I was checking the cut and the floaties, and they're much better now. There were still a few floaties, like you see here, but I probably shouldn't get those when TNT's around me. Okay. I will take that as a sign to be more careful. Yeah, it could have all ended right there. That was actually pretty close. Thoughts of my mortality ended the next day, so I got back to work, riding the TNT machines that almost killed me. Yeah, despite that one close call, it's been going very well. Except when it snows. Oh, I hate the snow. It clogs the observers, stops the machines. It's such an issue. Ah! I think it only snows on mountains, too. Don't quote me on that. Quote me on this. Luke TheNotable is the greatest Minecraft player of all time. You don't have to agree with me, but I agree with me. All right, done. At least with this relatively small section, there's still much more mountain to do, and a lot of cleanup now, but I'm guaranteeing you this is way faster than mining. Like 100 times faster. I think I can handle these specs without mining. I'm just gonna rerun machines closer on this end. Yeah, it's a slight waste of time, but if I did this all properly, I wouldn't be here in the first place. Oh well, it's cleaning nice, and this all had me learning more too. At this point, I could build the machines without having to copy. New skill acquired. For the most part. The scale's lost on you unless you're down in that pit. It's absolutely huge. And it's only gonna get huger. I was surprised at how close to the edge these machines can cut. That's a nice line. Very, very minimal waste. Every now and then there is a chunk, but I can mine that. But now it's done. At least this small section of an entire mountain range. Still, I can't help but look at this hole and be proud. Right back to work, gotta blow up more land. First step is a beacon. Done. First beacon was slightly off, so I've gotta do another. One day on that one, nice. Then I set up a new hub and test it. Looks good so far. Everything ran smoother this time, and from the beginning I was doing it right. So these big piles of rock shouldn't be here much longer. There's something really nice about it all, you know? Watching it. And if you do it right, a lot of this is watching it. Man, I love not mining. Gonna start calling this game Craft. Craft is fun. Sometimes I feel a little bit bad about using these TNT dupers, but then I remember how much mining I'm not doing. Oh no, I'm mining! This has been fun, but I'm gonna try to up the style. I'm gonna try to build a giant line of dupers and see if I can make them all go off at the same time. Got it working here with 4, but I think I can do better. I think I can do 10. At least I'm going to try. These few days of prep will equal millions of blocks not mined. It was all going well till the Phantom showed up. More math and measuring and worrying about blowing up my nuke. But now finally I'm getting the machines lined up. All right. Tomorrow's the day. I spent a long time inspecting just to make sure I didn't see anything weird. Whatever, let's do it. All 10. Notable. Totally worked. Not a single issue. It is an absolute curtain of devastation. In one day, this cut nearly 250,000 blocks, I think. Math be hard. And it was just cool to look at. I marveled in it all day. That entire strip in one day just got cleaned. But I gotta say, I'm a little tired of TNT duping. I've been doing it about 100 days. And I've been talking about this wall for nearly 300 days. Let's see it. Not the whole thing, just a bit. I want to see what it looks like and feel how long it's gonna take. I put cobble down all day and only got this section. I can already tell though, it's gonna be beautiful. Another solid day of placing, day 35-69. Oh yeah. You know what though, if I keep just placing cobblestone like this, I'm never gonna get it done. I tried lava and water, but somehow that was slower. Going sideways felt faster. I'm not sure if it is. Sideways 3 at a time? Maybe? Really don't know if it's faster, but it's easier on my fingers for sure. But then, this happened. Oh yeah, that's fast. I was live streaming this at the time and the lovely chat showed me how to place down cobblestone super fast. Most of the time they try to get me killed, so this was a change. Shout out to the chat. I love you all. Oh, look at it. I couldn't have dreamed of a better wall. You might be wondering why it's made out of cobblestone. The answer lies in history. This is a tribute to my first cobblestone wall. This one, obviously, is much improved. However, it's not done. And there's a lot more to do, so I better get back to it. 2 notable sides completely done. Oh,
It's so big.
those 2 sides I did were very clean because I hand dug them, but the other 2 sides are a bit of a mess. I don't regret not hand digging. It is what it is. It just means I gotta do some shaving. Unlike you, beardless child. Let's not worry about what happened on day 3585. We can call it a bad dream. Yeah, see? Everything's normal. Very normal. Stop asking questions. You know, I thought I had enough beacons, but I guess not. Well, that's why I built a beacon farm. Farm beacons! Then I killed the wither like a million times. The first time I killed the wither, it took me 100 days of prep. Now I do it 20 times in a day. That's growth. More beacons, getting them mostly done, then cleaned up some bits. Gonna work on more duping, obviously. Spent a lot of time on the first machine, you gotta get that first one right. I'm gonna attempt a massive combo again, I'm confident I can make it work. Just 6 for now, I've got some artifacts I don't want to smash. Mostly Panda Mountain and the 69 Monument. But of course, while those were going, I set up more. I'm pretty sure if I just put obsidian around this stuff, it should be fine. And if it's not, I can always rebuild it. Either way, not risking emeralds. Here we go, 10 at once again. Let's hope it all works. Now that I look at it, I'm not sure that's enough obsidian. Ooh, love watching it like this. That's so cool. It snowed. Some broke. Ugh, big chunk done, yeah, but everything from here will be very delicate. There's a lot of mountain left, and I'm gonna try to do as much blasting as I can, but there's a lot of stuff I really care about. Like on this corner, I've got my mural, the country wall, and that big old statue to myself. Nothing a little hand digging can't fix. The last thing I want to do is lose history, but 3 days in, I've been reminded why I made TNT dupers. Alright, that's enough digging. Let's set up the biggest line yet. I'm gonna do 15 of them. I put them all together assembly line style. This is a huge tip for anyone out there doing stuff like me. So that's a tip for no one, because only I do stuff like me. Here we go, 15 of them, new record. Absolutely perfect, and came nowhere near my statue. They were also about 10 blocks away from the nuke. That's precision. 1 day later, about 500,000 blocks are gone. Yeah, a little hand cleaning had to happen, sure, but you can't argue with 500,000 blocks. You can't argue with me either way. I'll kill you. I have beacon powers. Time to clean it up and do it again. I'm gonna try to mitigate the damage on Panda Mountain, but I would like to keep this a mountain. I think I know how I can do it, but I'm not sure if this will work. First thing I'm gonna do is dig out a huge portion around the panda head. That's the thing I care about most. The rest is just a mountain. Digging's now done. It should be easier to miss the panda head. So I'm gonna set up some more dupers, maybe for the last time? No. Yeah, probably not. I'm sure again you'll see this at some point. I'm gonna build something even bigger and dumber, and I'm gonna have to do this again. Here's my plan to save Panda Mountain. Water buckets. Yeah, I know. Every other time I've run into water while blowing stuff up, it seems to protect pretty well. So hopefully that works. If not, the monument just gets even more tragic. A couple of the dupers failed, and it wasn't even snowing. What did I do wrong? That water's working though. Panda Mountain looks pretty good. Some TNT got through for sure, but in the end, I think it's gonna look like a mountain. It's a bit scuffed, yeah. But I can rebuild that. Looks better than the 69 monument, hardly any of that survived. Pooing! Then some more assembly line work. There's a couple tiny sections left to clear. But now, the mountains? Well, they're certified gone. Some bits are continuing to mock me, but I can't believe I did it. Lots of cleanup still needed. My land looks like it got blown up, because it did. But I'm putting the wall up. Yeah, today. It's time! I'm so excited to see it. I've been dreaming about this for 300 days. And really, this project has been 3,000 days in the making. One of the first things I built in this world was my wall, and this one will be notable. I didn't know it was gonna take this long, and there's still more to do, but I think in the end, that's what makes it worth it. Not sure what else to say. I didn't know I'd be placing cobblestone this long. I didn't have enough speech planned. But here it is, on day 3645. It's time to finish the wall. It's magnificent. Something you really have to experience with your own eye. Can't even see the sunrise. But like I said, still more to do. I gotta get to it. But first things first, you may have noticed, it's almost day 3650. That will mark 10 years of hardcore Minecraft, at least in hardcore Minecraft days. I can't believe it sometimes, you know? But here I am. To celebrate on the magical day, I have a little thing planned. Gonna expand my 5-year garden a bit. It's now the 10-year garden, marked with a diamond 10. X means 10, dummy. And here's to 10 more. Stay notable. How'd I do in 10 years of Minecraft? I think pretty well. Well, it's been a good life! Just kidding, time for lawn work. Gonna rip up this stone and put in grass. There's also a few other spots I gotta level. So yeah, the wall's up, but it's still gonna be a while before I can call it truly done. Let's cut to the chase. This is all I do. Well, this is awkward. Normally I do one of those cuts and the thing I'm doing is over, but it's not. Nah, still a lot more land to clear, most of it not even beaconed, because I'm lazy, he says after building a 100-foot wall. So, I guess I'm doing this again. Pudding. Nowhere near done. This is gonna take a while. A lot of this work, if not almost all of it, could have been avoided if I set up my TNT dupers just a little bit better. I was off by 2 blocks, and now I'm doing this for like a month. That might help you imagine how long this would take if I had to dig it all by hand. And if I ever do another wall, that thing's gonna take an entire 1,000 days.
Or, you know, one day in creative.
Stop it, voices! Honestly, land's so big, doubt you could even do it in a day in creative. I'm not gonna try. I'll let someone else get the views for that one. Nearly done now. With this. Then I gotta put grass in, all this stuff I just mowed. Yeah, I'm mowing stone. That's how strong I am. That's how many, and I'm not even done. When I have carpal tunnel in a few years, this is why. But now, for realsies, I am done, and it's time to get dirting. Yeah, let me do some math on how much dirt I'm gonna have to place. All right, land is 600 blocks by 600 blocks. Wow, that is big. I am rich. Okay, 360,000, that's not right, because there's the area in the middle that's emerald. I don't know how that, that's 100 by 100 or something? Oh, that's only, what? It's a lot of dirt, and I don't think I'm going to have enough. When I was mining by hand, I saved all the cobblestone, but saved hardly any dirt. That was a mistake. Too late now, guess I'll be building an automatic dirt farm. Does that exist? I hope it does. Strategically, I did leave a few areas untouched. Call them my dirt reserves, and I need them. Because I'm out of dirt. This is how much I've done. Hardly any, but you can already see how smooth it's gonna look in the end. My vision is coming to life. I just hope I have the dirt to make it come true. For now, I do. Dirt reserves are holding. How long they'll hold, I don't know. I also don't know how many zombies are gonna spawn underneath this lawn. After placing dirt all day, every day, for what seems like forever, admittedly, I've gotten a little lazy about lighting up the undersections. I will likely not even use most of this land for a very long time, so it won't be an issue. Until then it'll be an issue. Whatever, problems for another day. I've said that about this world more times than I can count, and it's never come back to bite me. I'm just kind of sick of dirting, though I'll say it is not worse than slabbing. Slabbing was terrible. Progress update. Yeah, not even close. A lot more dirt left, and this land needs to be cleared anyway. Should be okay. Wow, what beautiful shoveling footage! And more dirt placing footage! This is cinema. It's coming along. I've already been working on the wall for over 400 days. What's another 100? What's nice is dirting's the last large-scale thing I have to do, so I'm almost done. At least, that's what I've been telling myself this entire time. I just had to keep at it. Keep placing that dirt. And remember that I get paid to do this. AFK'd on top of my nuke, day 3717. I thought I'd be right back. I was not right back. Luckily, I built this thing sound. Yeah, that there definitely could have ended in tragedy. Dirt! I need to make an auto dirt placing machine. Does that exist? Can it exist? Minecraft must not be a very fun game. Most of the time, I find myself building stuff to avoid playing more Minecraft. Uh-oh, I'm placing too much dirt. Getting existential. Do not think. Just be the dirt. I will say some of these days were not mindless dirting. There were a few water features I had to expertly craft and make look more natural. I mean, this whole place used to be a swamp until I blew it up. I'm running very low on compound dirt. I've got to go to the nearby mountains. They will be shaved anyway. What you see is about all I got left. What used to be the mountains do definitely require the most dirt by far. I just didn't think it'd be this much. Look at that contrast though. Ooh! Some of you might be wondering why I'm even doing this. Why flatten the whole world? Maybe I'm just a bit old school and like how this looks. A flat Minecraft compound taken to the absolute extreme. That's what I want. You don't have to understand me. I made an emerald tower. I can also make you smile right now. You're notable. Millions will watch this. I'll get at least one of you. I bet you can tell I'm running out of things to say. And the worst part is, there's so much more of this. I never said building this wall would be easy, but it will be worth it. I'm destroying the grotto today. I kinda hoped I wouldn't have to. One villager lives here. It's not the end of the world. Plus, it's my land anyway. There's no laws for tenants here. If there was, I would have been shut down years ago. Swamp section's almost done, by the way. Then I gotta do the Panda mountain side, which is almost as big. I guess if you think about it, I don't really have to do anything. But if I didn't make these videos, what would you watch while eating cereal at 2 in the morning? I'm sorry if that was a little too accurate for you. It's okay. I do that too. No shame here, man. I've known for years a good percentage of my audience is sleeping right now. Wake up! Hello. I'm hoping you had a good night's rest that I just kind of ruined. Either way, you're notable. Please keep me on. It's good money. I'm really starting to struggle finding dirt on the compound. This could be an issue. All the emeralds in the world, and I don't have enough dirt. Now I'm not even dirting. I'm rocking. I'm digging out that old statue of myself. I had to take a break. Even if it's still digging, it's not dirting. And that's enough to keep me sane. But even with that, day 3754, I lost the will to keep going. Nah, I need a creative task, so I'm gonna build another statue of myself. This one made out of solid emerald, obviously. This whole time I've been digging dirt. I've fixed my tools, and when I do that, I get emeralds. And this is how many emeralds I've gotten. I'm gonna put it right next to the other statue of myself. I just love me. I also love how easy it is to make sculptures of myself with my Minecraft skin. I only have to ever worry about the face. Diamonds should look good, right? Yeah, diamonds and gold, cause I deserve it. Oh yeah, nice blank spot there, and that fits right in. I love it. Why didn't you make the eyes netherite? Cause I'm lazy. Back to digging! All right, it's official. I looked everywhere. There's no more dirt. I have scraped every last piece of dirt off the compound and put it in my lawn. There's no more! Well, good thing the world is very large. Like your mom. Found a nice spot to dig dirt far away. Far away because this is gonna be a big hole. And I don't want any massive holes near my land. It's so pretty. Just look at it. I know, you're so jealous. Yeah, it's a little inconvenient having to fly a few thousand blocks away for dirt, but I knew I'd never truly run out. So it looks like, unfortunately, I get to keep doing this. If you've ever built something truly massive in Minecraft, I think you know my pain. My only motivation was seeing a little bit more done every day. And the thought that maybe one day I'll die. And I'll miss this. Oh, Panda Mountain's close, I can feel it. Yeah, once I get past Panda Mountain, it should be downhill from there. But I'm still going uphill. Ugh, a lot of my daily productivity was admittedly wasted on looking at my land. I can't help it, even unfinished. It's so beautiful. Even the dirt pit, kind of pretty in its own way. From the sky, from the ground, it's terrible. I sleep here now sometimes, by the way. This is what I see in my dreams. Just kidding. They're nightmares. Finally touching the panda now. I'm taking touch grass to a whole new level. Please laugh. Making progress though, wow. So day 3776, I continued placing dirt. Then I dug dirt, and dug dirt again. 3 days of digging is the average. Then back to placing dirt, touching the panda this time. Wouldn't you know, more of that. Hey, something different. I filmed a YouTube short today. Then I fought monsters on the land. I normally go to bed before these spawn. Back to digging. Yay. Come on, you can do this. Let's go. Mountain's done. Hit the barn. Nearly there. All right. Mountainside is now dirted. There's still more to do, but it should be a little easier now. The other side was hills and plains, so there was a lot of dirt already down. I am the Auto Dirt Farm. I run on attention from the internet. The other side was funky, but easier because of all the dirt that was already on the ground. Grass should grow here faster too. Don't know what's gonna happen on the other side. I do know one thing that's gonna happen. You're gonna hit that subscribe button. Right now. Yeah, you. Talking to you. Hit it! Hit this dirt too! Oh! Why did I have to build the wall? What a dumb question. Keep digging. Every time I fly back home and see it. I know why I built it. Didn't think I'd be dirting this long, but I am. I just hope to be done by the end of this video. Well, it ain't gonna get done if I don't do it. Would anyone like to do this for me? I pay in bread. No, not bread as in money. I'll just throw bread on the ground. Villagers have never complained. I am getting close. This is some of the last bits of stone. I'm saving all of it. You never know. I might have to make the wall bigger. Or another wall. I like them. It's because of my disease. Oh, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do with all your heads. I guess I'll figure that out later. All right, one last little hill, then it's flat. I'm gonna use a machine. I'm tired of digging. Setting up wasn't too bad. I've done this a few times now. I messed them all up. There we go. Now we're good. Little more hand digging. Sometimes it is faster. Am I really gonna build a machine for all this little stuff? Nah.
Oh, it's so close I can feel this.
All right. There's still some dirting, but it's flat. Everything is flat. And there's gonna be a lot of little stuff too, like destroying floating mushrooms. Went outside day 3820 and it started thundering, so I just went back to bed. That was the day. The wall is not done. I'm not gonna say it. There's a lot more to do, like make it bigger. Yeah, the original height was 100, now it's 120. Well, not yet, that takes a while. It's huge. Oh, that farm cut in half looks weird. Mr. Notable, why make the wall higher? Horrible question, stupid child. Primarily, I just don't want to see any mountains, and it felt a little cheap shaving any mountains down, so I'll just make the wall higher. A simple solution, one that takes nearly 50,000 cobblestone, and like 10 days. Oh, but now it's done. Those ball enlargement pills worked great. I mean wall. Slab in the top so nothing can spawn. But even after this, the wall ain't done.
Oh, there's dirting left to do.
Dirt. Dirt, 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 dirt. How many times is he gonna say dirt? As long as I have to, it's easy money. Dirt. And yes, that will be the last one. There's a few patches, you'll notice them here, but I just want to get on to the next step. Lights! At night, this land is an absolute monster farm, and I can't have that. So I'm gonna light up the entire thing with glowstone. It should look amazing. Yeah, this work was tedious, but I'm just glad to be done dirting. I dirted for 173 days. Yeah, and thankfully, I don't think lights will take nearly as long. I'm missing 4 days. I don't know what happened to them. I can guarantee you it was all just footage of me doing this. It looks good, though, at night. Oh, just beautiful. And that had me driven to keep going. Also, this grass ain't gonna grow unless I'm here. I'll put in some patches, that might help. It's just nice to nearly be done, you know? It's been so long. Started this on day 3300. It's all been such a process. The largest thing I've ever built in Minecraft ever. About 140 hours went into this. My math, maybe not the greatest, but you get the point. I had an idea to build a massive wall, and I did. Look at it. It's right there. And you know, it's kind of got me ready to burst into song. Built the wall, yeah, built the wall. I built my wall like 100 blocks tall. Built it up, then I built it strong. I built my wall, yeah, all day long. Trespassers, yeah, I'll kill them all. Don't try me, I'm real dang strong. Yeah, I built my wall. Thank you, yes I know, I'm very good. It's done, I'm gonna say it right now into the microphone. The wall is finally complete. 600 by 600 and 120 blocks tall. It makes a new horizon. It's amazing. No, notable. Sometimes I can't believe I'm looking at it. I'm just so proud. Well, good night, wall. I love you. That is not the end of work. There's many things in the wall that got scuffed. So now I gotta fix all that, but it was all worth it. Every little piece. I've got 100 days left. That should be enough time. Panda Mountain's getting lit up today. If I don't do this, the whole thing will be a monster spawner. Several times during the day, I regretted not leveling the whole thing. Lighting everything up was just a little annoying with all the fat folds of this panda. Once I lit this up, the whole thing looked very rough. So like the ground beneath, I put in some new grass. Then I trimmed that out with quartz. Now we're getting somewhere. Gotta make the panda cry. If you remember, this whole monument is for panda death. I may come back later and do all of that stone in quartz, but I'm not quite sure about it yet. It is Panda Mountain, after all. Either way, I'm happy with it. On top of the head has always been one of my favorite places to look at my land. It does feel good to have Panda Mountain fixed. With how flat my land is, it really stands out. And now I'm gonna work on the other statue. The statue of me. Originally, it was built to look like it was sort of coming out of a mountain. That's why you see so much stone here and it's not all quartz. I like that look, I really do. I'm just not too fond of the dirt. So everywhere I saw dirt, I put stone. Simple fix. Beautiful! Just like me, when I was a girl. All that work had me looking at the backside of my mural, and this used to be a mountain, obviously. So like everything else on my land, I'm going to coat it completely in emeralds. The government spending your taxes be like, oh, you just gotta love a full day of doing nothing but putting down money. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't? 'Cause you're poor? Yes! That looks so good, man. I love it.
Just don't look on the other side.
I'll fix that today, but first we must salute the old sugarcane farm. Yeah, that was still connected to a totally still functional creeper farm that's just buried under my land. I'll come back to that later. Can't waste all that good gunpowder. For now, I gotta blow this public funding. Woo! I ran out of money. So I made some money. Off the backs of the weak. I know this is Minecraft, but I haven't mined in years. Oh boy, time to mine. Obsidian, no less. Really wish I could have saved the original 69 monument, you know? I loved that thing, it was awesome. I guess my obsidian shield just wasn't enough. That's just what I thought about all day, because I had to mine obsidian all day. Yeah, and I'm not even done. Early the next morning, I finished with my mistake. So now it's time to make a new 69 monument. This whole place used to be buried in the earth. I kind of prefer it that way in this case. Before I built down, now I'm building up. Yeah, this one's a little more subtle. It's kind of just a pyramid out in the open. A pyramid of fancy blocks, but still a pyramid. I guess it kind of beckons you up there. And if you don't know why, maybe you check your coordinates. It's a little weird just sitting there, but I'm not getting rid of it. 3908 is a bit of a sad day for me. It sees the deletion of one of my favorite things. I always loved riding this rail. It's just kind of broken these days. I do have a plan for another rail, but it's a big one, and I can't do it in this video. Eventually, I'll put one on the wall. Just can't do that yet. I'll need like 100,000 more cobblestone. One day, though. One day. This one I have not been looking forward to. Gotta fix the Stan monument. I love you all, but I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this thing. For now, I'm just trying to get it more square. The whole thing was built back when this was all hills, and it's very uneven. But as far as new design goes, I'm not really sure what to do. I think the obvious first choice was just to extend these heads into pillars. Well, now they're not really heads anymore, are they? This is also a lot of concrete. Way more than you think, and I have no way to make that stuff efficiently. I realized that after a day of this, when I ran out. So I'm gonna settle a bit, but I think in the end, this might look decent. Stand heads on the ground, stand peepees around them. That's what I got. I hope you like it. Time for the barn. This should be simple. It's simply one level too high, so I've got to bring the whole thing down. And if these horses don't move, they'll be brought down too. I'm really not looking forward to fixing all the horse grading stuff. Every time I think I'm done with dirt, dirt always comes back. I should have killed like 6 horses today. Luckily, they have the blood of blue. They are strong. This dude just tanked a netherite axe with a sharpness 5. I'm gonna keep the farm elevated. Definitely for artistic design, not because I'm lazy or anything. I did not really like how the farm touched the wall. That just felt weird. I will still never eat from this farm ever. It's all for show. And I almost forgot half of this farm is on the other side of the wall, just chilling there. Well, I gotta get rid of this. Can't let the zombies eat. Ugh, gotta say, really felt a supreme sense of worry being on the outside of my wall. I guess it's time. It's time to address the glue factory. I'm sorry, horses, for the past, the present, and your non-existent future. What a wonderful sound that'll play in my dreams. Telling you right now, I'm gonna rebuild the glue factory one day, and it's gonna be way worse. So just prepare yourself for that. Day 3916, I just had to clean up. I've been building for like 20 days straight. My shulkers are wrecked. Not done with the farm though. Gotta fix the horse grading stuff. That would have been fairly simple if it wasn't for this giant ravine. More like a chasm, bit of a gully, definitely a cavity, not really near an abyss. So this time around, I've gotta completely rebuild the end part where you actually get the horse speed rating. Last time it was built into a hill, which always makes redstone easier. You can hide so much. But now I won't have that luxury. Got the system wired. It touches the wall. I think I'm okay with it, but I'm really just coping. Final step was calibration, and within 3 tries, I got it.
If you slow down, you can tell it's not perfectly cut.
Silence! It's real ugly, but it works. Just like Dad. I made them both look like little barns. I kinda like them. And then I thought that the track could use a little bit of an upgrade too. Nothing crazy, just some lines, tamp down dirt, make it look like it's meant to be there. Now that is a track fit for blue. After some farming, the only thing I could think to work on was nuclear weapons. This thing's been disconnected for a long time now, and I've tried not to think about it. But really, what's the point of having a nuke if you can't set it off? In reality, I'm never gonna touch this thing. I really want you to set it off. Yes, you. Watching on Mom's tablet. Wasn't recording for most of the next day, but now with one button pressed, the whole thing goes kaboom. There's safety features, don't worry, I just hope you can read English. Download my world. Blow it up. I'd love to see it. World download with a link drops in like a week or 2. Oh, what? Me? Removing emeralds? Yes, this is the 2nd emerald perimeter, so it's not too historical, and I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's really mostly for this section over the water. Half of this thing already got blown up over by the mountains anyway from my excavation. Good news is they find a home immediately. I've been saving up emeralds to finish the other side of this mountain. It's way more than you think, but look at that. Every single block spent was worth it. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. Then I got rid of this old spruce road by the barn. It kind of just rammed into the wall. I will be saving the wood for something, don't worry. It won't go to waste. First, I gotta fix these trees. I can't look at them any longer. Wait, what's this dirt box for? All right, Grotto Guy! He's been in there a month. I'm so sorry. He got put in here during the musical number. Live your life to the fullest within the walls of TheNotable. Night-night. I'm gonna make it up to you, Grotto Guy. I swear it. First thing I did was get him a girlfriend. She ran away immediately, but just a little bread later, and it was love. Oh, her. Oh, she ran away again. Time for some marriage counseling. And by that, I mean shoving. They both have jobs now, that should help. Some of these bedrooms are made of dirt and gravel, but honestly, that shouldn't even bother the villagers. I'd like to have a little town out here again, and with these safety features, they won't be eaten. Again. And while I'm out here, I'm noticing more of my previous terrible builds. This is the entrance to the bow range. It used to be buried in rock, and now it's not, so I've got to fix it. We'll just add that one to the list of weird buildings within the wall. A tax write-off! Day 3928, I'm gonna start renovating this ancient sheep farm. I built this a very long time ago to farm up every color of wool automatically, at least most of the colors. And right now I'm walking around thinking, do I even really need this thing? I already have access to all of the electrical and water wool that I use for those kind of builds. I don't really need every color. So, and you might be surprised by this, I'm setting them free. There's plenty of land out here. It might be fun to have multicolored sheep running around. What are you doing in there? They're not a sheep! Whoopsie! I wasn't recording. All of day 3929, but now every sheep is free. If it ever comes back to bite me, I can always just kill them all. Lots of cleanup day 3930, and had to get rid of the original sheep city, which wasn't really a city, more just a big sheep pen. Gotta be honest, I had plans to make this a whole city with sheep as the inhabitants, and then realized that's a dumb idea that doesn't give me any profit. I guess sheep now live here in a big open field filled with grass. Sounds like a sheep city to me. I'm really not sure why, but there were hardly any green sheep, so I made more. I'm positive I'm the reason. I've just committed so many atrocities, I can't remember them all. Wasn't recording again. But now the sheep have lights. I like this. It's nice. A field of free rainbow sheep. But remember, sheep, I can always replace you. Speaking of rainbow, I've been putting off this for a long time. I've got to make all of my beacon lights rainbow. Also, now I don't have 16 pits to bedrock all around my land. Not that falling to bedrock would even harm me in the slightest. I tried to get a nice picture of them all rendered, but my land is just too big. I would go to one side to turn them on, and the other side would turn off. Day 3934 is a big one. I'm finally gonna give all of these animals a home. And I think right by the farm could be the perfect spot. What's a farm without a farmhouse? And you might notice I'm using reclaimed spruce wood from that old road. It's gonna be pretty large. There's a lot of animals. While I was building this, I couldn't help but think it's been a long time since I've built a home in Minecraft, like an actual house in this world. I just want to let you all know I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. Separate zombies in the floor! Getting the framing done here. I want it to look like a normal house, and you gotta start with the framing. Will it be too much spruce? Yeah, probably. Despite that, it's taking shape and should have a very nice view. Just don't look out the back windows. Coming along good. A happy home. Yes, for sure, it's definitely too much spruce because I just ran out of spruce. I'll reclaim more tomorrow. I want a whole second floor. And the floor easily takes up the most wood of all. Oak will just look better. Two colors, you know? And I've got lots of oak from all those trees I assassinated. 3939, I started framing out the next layer of the house. I think after today, it should look like a house. Oh yeah, it's looking good. I mean, it's no giant emerald tower with an emerald lawn, but it'll do for some animals. Framing the upstairs now. I've got to be careful. I'm nearly out of spruce again. And I'm trying to do some individual bedrooms, which of course means more framing. But I'm out of spruce. Luckily, I know where to get some more. I planned on getting rid of this portion of Spruce Road at some point, but it's not like you could even see it over the 120 block wall. I will say, sometimes I can see this pillar of lava. This pillar is here from an incredibly long time ago. I used it to not get lost. Could have just used coordinates, but I was a noob. It looks terrible, and I've flown into it a couple of times. It's a hazard, and it needs to go. If only the guy that put that pillar up could see my wall now. With all that new spruce, I should be finished with at least the walls by today. It's not quite a mansion, but it does have 4 bedrooms. And with the top all sealed up, now it just needs a roof. Since deep slates come on the scene, I've always liked it for roofing. Yeah, it just kind of looks like asphalt shingles. Yeah, so far it looks okay. I did not plan on an attic for this house, but with the size of this roof, I now have an attic. I don't think I'm gonna put any animals up in there. That just sounds sad. After 3 days of roofing, it's done. I'm kind of scared to look at it. Yeah, it do be kind of forehead though. You know, when you're up close, you can't tell. Massive attic though, look at that thing. Structure's done, I'm gonna work on the interior. Lights mostly, I just hate them on the floor. Yeah, the lights make the house look nice, but landscaping might make it look beautiful. Now, I don't even think the roof's an issue. I think the house was just alone in a void of grass. Finally, it has a door. All right, dogs and cats, it's time to upgrade your life. No running, no biting, no pushing, no peeing, no pooping, no licking, no... Man, one big happy family. No, really. They're all brothers and sisters. They're very inbred. I just put them around randomly. If they went into rooms, that's where they stayed. Like balls. Oh man, I almost forgot Mia. Yeah, sorry I left you out there in the rain. That was a good build. One of my favorites. All right, what to do next? Hey, Binks, from the sky, that farm looks great. I think the landscaping really did me a solid. I wonder how the sheep are doing. Oh my grassness! Those sheep are eating. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Midnight snack. feeling full. Whatever, grass grows back. I did imprison them all for like 3,000 days, but there were a few other areas not by the sheep that needed a little help with growing grass. Can't help it, I'm a dad. We're crazy about our lawns. Woke up and chose violence 3950. I don't think I've done a raid since I've built this wall. Well, now it's time. Wave 1 glitched. Ugh, sorry Nick Pangburn, gotta kill your witch. I guess you get a shout out in return. This raid was easy. All the pillagers were in a big open field. I'm also, incredibly powerful. Hate when they spawn in my inner wall. It's easy to shoot them. I just don't like it. I did bring this all upon myself. I can't really complain. Went to bed poisoned. Day 3951, I've gotta go fishing, so I made a special fishing sword. I shouldn't have to leave my walls to fish. There's several rivers on my estate, but no fish were spawning. Went to the ocean, and no fish were spawning. Found one of my allays, though, way out here. I'm glad he's free. For whatever reason, I got back home and fish started spawning. Near the farm is the best fishing by far. They spawn well, and I've got a conduit. Why all the fish? Well, I've got about 1 billion animals to name today. I had to set up a naming station in the kitchen. Most were just regular names, like Joe. But I gotta say, Tiztok Jad on a Strider's probably my favorite. Naming continued into the next day. There was a lot, but it all stopped when I heard a zombie moan. Come on out, zombie, I just want to talk. He had a weapon, officer. And these ones, well, they were just ugly. Everything's named except for Brian, whomst wanted a bunny. Brian, if I ever get a bunny, I'll name it. But for now, you get this cute little kitty. Today's kind of sad. I'm gonna get rid of this Blackstone Bridge. Back when a lot of this world was natural, this crossed over a nice river. Now it just crosses over grass and doesn't really need to exist anymore. A little history's gone today, but every great leader deletes a little history. Nice. That bridge has been an eyesore for me. Now it's time for something quite special. Last 1,000 days, I made a monument to everyone who's ever made 100 days. And if you made 100 days and wanted, you could get your name in this forest. I made the post today and was waiting for people to respond. Well, TM Cyclops, all of day 3955, you were the only one. Enjoy your shout out. After a few more minutes, names started to roll in. You had to get on my post to put your name in here. If you missed your chance and you're sad, don't worry. When 5,000 days comes around, you'll be able to get in then. Just make a 100 days video on YouTube. Any game, I don't care. It makes me proud to see everyone's take on this series. And my hope of this forest is to show my appreciation. Thank you for creating. I appreciate you all. I'm not sure when 5,000 days will be out, but you've probably got at least a year to make 100 days, which is very doable. Believe in yourself. I just hope I don't die so I can put more of you in here. Time to work on the wall. I forgot one very important thing. There's quite a few spots where it doesn't go all the way down. Monsters don't really swim, but I still want it sealed. Doesn't feel right to have a 120 block tall wall and have big old holes in it. I'm not sure how many times I've said the wall is done, and it wasn't done, but we can add this to the list. All right, it is done. Today. Then I did one last day of names, just wanted to make sure everyone that wanted in got in. Go make 100 days. Do it. Right now. These days may seem a bit random, and that's because they kind of are. I'm gonna go camping soon. I deserve a break, but I want to get all this business handled. I haven't checked my slime farm in forever, and it's busted. So I'm gonna make the storage a little bigger. I only recently found out how important slime can be. Now, if I ever have to erase more of the natural world, I should have plenty. Then I did some measurements for my original creeper farm. I just want some better access to it. I know it's old, but it still makes good gunpowder. Originally, I thought about doing a giant underground pipeline. I've done them before, but after looking at everything in this situation, I think a tunnel will do. Yeah, sure, it's not as impressive, but I'll tell you the truth, I just want to go camping. Also, there's big open caves down here. A pipeline would have been tricky. Tunnel to the creepers is now done. All right, for real this time. Last thing, I'm gonna map out my land. It's massive, and very blank. Should look cool on a big map. I did the area of just my wall, and I'm nearly the size of the Vatican. Maybe bigger, I don't know. Math is hard. Made me go look at my old map in the basement. So many things on there. Sheep City! A lot of the area I'm looking at right now is just totally flat. And one day, it'll all be emerald. I've been looking forward to this for a couple 100 days now. It's time to go camping. I will not go naked. I made myself some camping gear. Just dyed leather. Blue jeans, green shirt, and some Timbs. I look ready. Now the big question, where am I going camping? Well, I've got so much land I could probably designate this corner as a campground. And if you turn down the render distance, you can't really tell. Except for the giant wall. Out here, there's a single tree. This is what I'll live off of. With that tree, I'll make more trees. I could stay here forever. I put up a little wood hut and then got an idea. I'm gonna grow my house. Yeah, you heard me. Grow. It should only take a few days, and right here, a house will grow. See, look at that. Some of the walls already started to come up. I'm eating good out here. Organic salmon spawned plentifully. Cooked them on a campfire that night. This was an absolute vibe. Made a little sitting area. I'm living. My house still has to grow a bit. which is a weird sentence. At this point, survival's not an issue. I've got plenty of food and shelter. And in Minecraft, that's when you start making things look nice. Who knows, maybe one day I'll come back to this campground, or destroy it for industry. Day 3969 was wet, and I went on an adventure. Yeah, an adventure in my own walls because my land is massive. Hey yo, Astolfo, just wanted to check on the sheep, you know, see how they're doing, check the grass, get rid of the white ones. I don't know, I just felt like eating mutton, a little sheep steak in celebration for my house finally being grown. Immediately, I started chopping out some windows. Half the footage of all these days is me just looking at my house because I just love it. I'm also working on growing trees around the house. They don't have to be magnificent, but I'm not a fan of the bush-like ones. At this point, I'm mostly waiting for my organic swamp bread. I hear it's very fresh, with mud-like undertones. Looks like a day got deleted from history. We're going right to 3972. Yesterday, when I wasn't recording, I heard cows and sheep in this underground pit. I rescued them. It was very heroic. Then today, I heard villagers under my lawn. That won't do. Not really sure how he got down there, but he's out now. I explored the cave and found out how he got under. Big hole in the wall down here. I know I'm camping, but I've still got to fix this. Normally, I'd kill you on sight, but I do appreciate the wall consultation. Finally got my swamp bread, but didn't record much of the day. I left everything from my camping trip in this house. It was a good one. I think it just makes me appreciate my land a little bit more. All the things I've built and power I've acquired. But I gotta say, it always feels good to put back on that netherite armor. I always like a little knick-knack from my camping trips, and this time it's the bread made with love. I'll also always be able to look at the campground. It's right there. But now it's back to work. Really gotta make sure there's no holes in this wall. The east side is one big giant hole. My excavation over here was not the cleanest. Filling it in sounds like an absolute chore, so I just lit up the hole. I'm not entirely happy with this, but it is on the outside of the wall. I'll likely forget. You know what I haven't been able to forget, though, is the fact that I've spent like 1,000 days in this video with no armor trim. I know exactly which one I want, the eye trim. And for that, I've got to find a new stronghold. From what I can tell, it should be under this ice, but it's never that simple. Yep, dug for a while and nothing. Then more digging the next day, and more nothing. This is very likely to happen when I'm trying to find a stronghold. The difference here is I've already beaten the game. I'm strong, so I went home, grabbed some supplies. What supplies, you might ask? Oh, you'll find out tomorrow. If TNT does not help me find the stronghold, I don't know what will. My only worry is I don't blow up the trim I'm looking for. I don't know about you, but I don't really want to die in a hole far away from home, so I'm gonna take my time with the fuse. Okay, looks like it's working! I've never used this method for finding the stronghold before. At least it did find me a single diamond. Even with all that blasting, I still had to dig. Oh well, I'm here. Time to find that trim. The hard part was finding the stronghold. The trim should be here, though my first chest was not lucky. I found the library, then found the trim. Notable. But I'm not going home just yet. I'd like to find a few more. Should only take a little exploring. These strongholds are pretty big for the most part. Ah! Baby saw me down! Oh, my life. Oh, it flashed before my eyes right there. I got 3 total eye trims on my trip to the stronghold. That's a success. And getting home was simple. I just opened up the portal. When I got home, I trimmed up my netherite armor in emeralds. I like it, especially the chest plate. I wanted a full set of eye before I started mixing and matching. I go back and forth on the helmet. Makes me look like I have emerald eyebrows. And there's probably better boot trims. These look a little uninspired. Either way, you can't untrim armor, and I'm not gonna grind netherite again, so I'll always look something like this. Most of the time, you're not gonna see it, because I hardly ever go into third person. Anyway, what am I up to today on the compound? I'm putting down some sniffer eggs. They came out recently, and I totally forgot about them. And I guess all I have to do is sit here for a day, and they should hatch. We'll see. There he is. Isn't he ugly? Hey, I didn't vote for him. That had me thinking about something else that came out recently. Camels! So I'll be searching some deserts looking for camels. I don't even need them. And adventure's almost always good. You find stuff like this close cherry blossom. That would have been nice. 1 camel spawns in every new desert village, but because my world is ancient, I've been to a lot of these villages before. That just means I've got to go super far away. It's something I'm used to. Not much today. I'm used to that too. Beautiful land out here though. Just imagine the Emerald Tower on that thing. The Minecraft by my base is so much flatter than this new stuff. I'll never move. I spent 600 days building a wall. I'm dying on that land. Ooh, wasn't recording, but I found the camel. Very far away. Luckily, there was another village right nearby, and this one had a camel too. So yeah, I've got to bring these guys home 30,000 blocks, but I'll have 2 of them. I can breed them. But for now, I'm just gonna take the coordinates and go back home. I'm not entirely sure I can get it done by day 4,000. Yeah, just gonna have to put that on a growing list of things to do in 5,000 days. It's the eternal cycle. Coming home? Coming home looks so good. That's never gonna get old. Anyway, that was a big adventure. Gotta take a day here and clean up my inventory. I also took the time and did the math on how long it would take to get those camels, and yeah, it's not gonna happen in this video. But you know what is gonna happen today? Something I can't take back. Before you witness this, I want you all to know that I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I want to do it. It was not a rash decision. The Warden, well, he's gonna die. I kinda have an area underneath my base that I just can't go to anymore, and that makes me upset. So today, the Warden's sentence is complete. It was always a life sentence. I can't let this guy go. It's no longer a prison down here. It's a memorial. Testing some things out for your mom the next morning, and after that, I did some landscaping. This whole world used to be forest, and this is one of the only surviving trees, and as you can tell, it's been struck by lightning several times. I've always meant to fix the thing up, and today I'm doing it. I just kinda filled in leaves a bit more. Nothing fancy. Yeah, looks much better now. Way less scraggly. The next day, I noticed my totems were low. Just by a few, but low. Can't have that. Time for a raid. I love doing raids on this flat ground. It's easy. I can always find these pillagers. Shooting bow shots is easy. This wall ain't just pretty. I may have spoke too soon, because there's one left, and I can't find him. Then while looking for him, villagers got out, and in their panic state, they wouldn't go back in their safe melon. Whatever, it's late, I'll find him tomorrow. Ooh, wasn't recording. Raid is done, and every single melon man is dead. A few orphans lived, but that's really it. I guess some Vex got into this whole area, and with how I treat the villagers generally, you might not think it, but I do feel bad. The melon men especially. A lot of my early money was them. So of course, I'm going to pay my respects with a melon for each one of the 10 melon men that are no longer with us. Please observe this moment of silence. To make myself feel better, I'd like to save a life today. Aiden Jamonsky. He's been up here for I don't know how long, and I've kind of just ignored him, but today he comes down. He came down a little faster than I expected, but he lived. He'll live in the grotto with the other free-ish villagers. It's a hard world out there. I'd rather live in the wall. Spruced up the grotto too while I was here. The villagers definitely appreciated it. I've only got a few days left, so I'm gonna do some projects that should only take about a day. And I definitely thought this would only take a day, but I was wrong. It's a green screen room for YouTube shorts. In the tower, of course. Making it in the tower was ambitious. I couldn't get the light super even, and it's kind of small. And my beacon powers make these little effects that I can't get rid of. I'm gonna build a way better one, but I do have to clean up my mess first. Yeah, Ghost Town's a good spot. Not like I haven't experimented here before. It's also close to home, so if I ever want to film something, I can come on over. I'm just gonna convert a villager house. That way the whole build blends in. But even here, with more space, I just can't get that lighting right. Huh. Now it looks fine. My guess is it's all the sunlight, so I'm just gonna design the roof to let that in. Ugh, why'd I have to pick a tough one? So I can only really film here in the daytime, but it should work perfectly. Little test here in the morning, let's see how this works. Yeah, not bad, and I did that quick. That's a good green screen. Can't wear my armor, but whatever. 39.97, I was flying around trying to get a good perspective for the thumbnail. Photography's not difficult, I simply have a nice camera. It rained and snowed in the same frame here, that was strange. I wrote this down so long ago, I can't believe I forgot it. This is embarrassing. I have to make a monument for Tim 2, my glorious pickaxe. The melon men dying made me remember. I know it died like 300 days ago, but I always meant to do one, and here it is. I maybe spelled memoriam wrong. Hey, you can't make fun of me if you didn't notice. I really gotta stop killing pickaxes, or soon my entire compound will be graves. All right, enough mourning. I got a good idea this morning. I had a thought. Can I walk around my wall in a day? Is that possible? Listen, man, I only got 2 days left. That's not enough time to build anything good, so this is what I'm doing. Ooh, got some crispy shots of the compound from up here. I really gotta make a rail. And you can really see the contrast between civilization and the wilderness. That's one of my favorite aspects about this wall. So to answer my own question, yes, you can walk around my wall in a single day. After that, I went up to the top floor and watched the sunset of day 39.99. Day 4,000. I'm here. I'm really here. It's always a great feeling to finish a video, but it's also a great feeling knowing that there's more to do. I think I might have to relocate these sheep and build a golf course. A giant chunk of this video was me building the wall, and now I get a chance to fill it. It'll take a while. It's 1,000 days, and I could always die. But I hope that you'll see that one day. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here with me on the journey, and of course all of my notable members that you see on screen. Thank you all for watching. Please stay notable. I'll see you in the next video.